Well,
Some would
let's
say
listen
it is
to the
here.
boss. So, who would like to tell me what happened last time? On
Seeing as how I was missing
You were
for 10
missing
minutes
for
of it,
a-
a very
I
important
can
10
since
minutes.
10 minutes.
I took a page and a
I
half
would like to
of
point
notes
out, by the
last
way, that
time.
whenever you went missing, like, it was kind of going okay until, like, literally 30 seconds before you came back.
Yeah, like right towards the end, we were like stalling for the longest time, and then right before, it was just like, "Right, you know what? Fuck it." Yeah, Bordon's got it probably. We don't
No,
know.
you didn't say probably. You said they've got it.
This is-
I'll be honest with you. We know it.
This is what
Alright,
happened.
you're gonna break it down for us? Okay.
Yeah, I can. So let's see. We waddled back to Alterac. It was the 26th of Mist when we got back. And we saw a tribe of giants to the south of the city, who Strasza recognized as the Earthshakers. And Lady Anika was talking in the square, and she's like, "Those are my bros. We're friends with the giants. They're cool." And everyone was like, but are we though? And then we learned that the giants had arrived a day or so before we got there, and that there was a high degree of tension and or lockdown in the city. We learned that Anika and Wavir were kind of controlling like the south of the city, and Vordon and Stel were controlling the north of the city. I have no idea what this line means, but it says Drog Molly was arguing opposite from Anika.
Yep, there was a dwarven kind of
Oh,
politician
right,
there
okay.
who was
I'm
also
like, I got real
Yeah,
hung
he
up
was
on the
he was
names.
a Bordon dwarf.
Yeah.
of a dwarf.
Cress once again stated that he was with Reston Blondo, and I wrote Cress got real hostile with us. So yeah, we basically had a chat with Cress, and he was like, "Why the fuck aren't you being with Reston Blondo?" And we were like, "Eh."
We have issues
Oh.
with commitment.
Strong
Yeah.
ones. Like, if you could, you would just stay in the bar and wait for things to happen.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
Wait
the thing
for
that happened
We
last
never
session.
fucking leave the porter's reason. We're
yeah,
shit
and we just wait for them to happen
Well,
via
here's what I find
Thanik,
ironic about
preferably.
this. So this
Yeah.
is tangential, but so many people in D&D are like, man, I just feel like, things just happen. I feel like we don't have any control over what's going on. And that's what you guys
want
want.
that.
You're like, we do not want control over our lives. We want... Yes.
Please put this all on rails for us.
But like I remember when you like did our initial interview, everyone's like, "Yeah, I like sandbox games where you can kind of like make your own destiny and stuff." And we're like, "Well, we're gonna sit here and
Something
wait
bad's
because I don't know
gonna
what
happen
this shit
soon,
to
and
do."
then we'll go try to stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, he got real hostile with us and informed us that we needed to get on the side of Reston Blondo. And then fucking Faldir came back from his little chat with what's-her-face, Anika. And she wanted us to go kill some Thrycreens that were potentially slimy. And we discussed the merits of this. Most notably getting closer to her so that we could betray her, of which Strasza was very skeptical. And then fucking Aristophanes just like wandered into the Porter's Reason and gave us a history lesson on Ress and Tom Blondor. I literally wrote history lesson, arrow. Gave us a history lesson on the two different houses, and that Reston Blondo, like, basically he wanted us to side with them. Shocker. And we were like, sure, why not? Let's do it. Yeah. And he was like, so what the fuck happened in the Dwarf City? And we told the truth. And then he informed us that Bordon is planning to overthrow Calic the Ogre Doom, I think was his updated final name, who is a sorcerer king. And upon him being overthrown, they want to free all the slaves, which would be a massive economic burden on Bordon, but, fuck them. And then I bonded with Milo. Hooray! 10
Aww.
bonding points. And received the prayer beads. And then I have notes on what I can do now that I bonded with Milo. And then we went and tried to find Thanik. Oh, then it was the 27th of Mist. And then we went and tried to find Thanik and basically sucked at that. We went and saw Purgo, and he was like, meh. And Darillo had the same. I wrote Darlo. That is not correct.
It's okay,
And he had
you'll find
effectively
out
the
how
same
to really
answer.
spell his name.
And
You'll know that you've always been wrong.
yeah. Probably. And then Baranus' first pick, he had like negative information for us. And then fucking Milo and Faldir were like, well, fuck it, we're gonna go fight these slimy Thrycreen. So they waddled off into the desert. It was very sad, and we were all very upset. And then they slept, and then they woke up, and I have motherfucking Fajayad, who basically said, he actually said, if I were you, I would hurry back. It would be a shame if something happened and you weren't there. And they were like, yeah, we should probably go back to that. Yeah, and that's pretty much where we left off, because then we like metagamed a whole bunch about where we're gonna go.
Yeah.
Technically, we did hear about, well, you guys heard the siege begin.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, shit was happening. I wrote giants attack the city, 6 options.
That's right.
And then listed them.
So. Let's see here. I have a whole special music tab called Finale.
Excellent. Excellent.
That's
And
right.
it's for next session.
So. We have a sequence where the camera pans over the vast desert. There's miles of empty space crossing over the great alluvian wastes. And then the camera slowly turns up, and just on the horizon we can see a pair of figures darting up a dune with a giant lizard behind them, loaded down with cargo.
Yeah, Bombo.
Fuck yeah, Bombo.
The camera slowly turns around as you guys reach the crest of the hill. You can see smoke rising from the city of Ultaruk. And you guys give each other almost askance sort of glance at each other and bolt down towards the actual city walls themselves. Meanwhile, we cut on over to inside the Porter's Reason. A resounding blast nearly shakes the ground that you're standing upon. Something is slamming into the walls as our two current city residents of Strassa and Kled dart outside of their rooms and into the hallway. What do you guys do?
Clyde kind of gathers his thoughts for a second first, and then he looks to Shasta and he's like, are we just the two handling this for now?
I would assume.
Fuck.
The question is what we're handling, and I'm going to book it for the door.
Clyde's gonna
As you
follow
guys,
behind.
book it down the door. The sounds of battle from outside become more apparent. Through the windows you can see people locked in battle, and it is not neat and orderly. It is not an organized affair. It is brutal and rough, and most people have a hard time identifying whose side anyone is even on. But shouts and blood seem to be prevalent throughout the city at this point. As you guys come around, you can see that the bar is largely empty. But Cress, who pulls up a large crossbow that he's pulled out, along with a series of sort of bolts in a sort of carrying case that he has sort of dangling at his waist. And he says, "Good morning." And he loads the crossbow with a bolt. He says, "We need to move."
Lead the way.
He says, "I'm getting reports from all across the city." You see him pull open the actual sort of cloth that covers the front door, and there's fighting going on all around. He fires a crossbow bolt off into the streets. You hear a Wilhelm scream off in the distance. And he turns and he says, "The giants have begun their attack, as well as the factions have now taken war against each other. The trade houses are at war right now." And he begins to explain to you the situation. A feral giant, some wild thing that they keep, that's dumber than even your normal giant, has broken through the walls along with siege weaponry that is pounding the tall walls of Alteruk. Someone needs to stop it. Also, the beasts in the local arena have broken free and are rampaging, threatening to break out and kill many. Where the fight is heaviest amongst the two trade houses is in the northern part in Imperium Square, wherein shop owners and soldiers alike spill blood upon the sand. He continues onward to say that, I feel like I got a message. Am I?
You're getting like really quiet.
Yeah.
I thought that was just me.
I kept
was
turning down the volume on my
Yeah, I
roll
kept having
20.
to progressively lower the music
How
volume.
am I sound now? I'll turn down.
That's better.
Better.
Is it better? Yeah.
How about now? Okay.
Much better.
So anyway,
There you go.
so he continues to go on to explain that that where the fighting is bloodiest is in the Imperium Square, where the trade houses have the battle has reached a fever pitch. Both shop owners and soldiers are murdering each other in the streets. He says that there are rumors that some mystic of some fashion is killing those who serve in the Temple of Waters, and that there was a force of which seems to be assaulting the Wavirian Palace itself, going towards Restum Blondo. Where are you going?
House of Blessed Waters.
Are there any buildings nearby that can overlook the wall?
God, no.
can
Nothing is
see over
as
it or
tall
no?
as the wall.
Okay. Okay. All right. Cled's gonna flop. He's gonna step aside and move over a little bit, and then he's gonna get some distance. He's gonna flap his wings and launch into the air and try to get on top of a building so he can get a better vantage point of everything that's going on.
Okay, I mean, you look around and across the city, it doesn't seem to be any different than how it is locally, right? There's fighting going across all portions of the cityscape. You can see that there's smoke coming from various locations as shops are burning what little tinder that they possess. You can see that there are people killing each other in the streets, and it's not, the organized battle that you might find of mercenaries or even elves that of which would assault a caravan. It's close quarters and brutal and crude as people wield anything they can. Knives and ready fastened clubs seem to be the weapons of the day. But you also see, trained guards, trying to assert control for the various houses in various locations. I would say it's possible you see a portion of the wall towards the southwest, that of which is several blocks over, that seems to have a part where it's caved in somewhat. It seems to have been mostly filled in the rubble where the hole would be, but you suspect that's where the giant is currently rampaging.
Okay. Would I be able to spot or at least try to look for in this gigantic clusterfuck
You
where
definitely
Milo
don't
and
know where
Faldir are? Okay, cool. So what Cled's gonna do is he's gonna catch sight of the collapsed wall and he's gonna shout back down. It's I'll take care of the giant.
Okay,
He's gonna start making his way off.
I'm gonna book it for House of Blessed Waters. I'm not really waiting for any of this to occur.
He gives a nod as Cled bolts on out of there, and he says, He says, if things go bad, meet here. They don't know this is a safe haven.
Got it.
And he loads his crossbow bolt once more, and steps out into the streets with his widow's blade in between his beak.
God, Chris is such a badass.
He's an ex-mercenary for very dangerous people. Anyway.
Chris is the
yeah.
coolest.
So I'll kill him immediately. No. Meanwhile, Milo, you and Faldir arrive at the city gates. And as you do, the guards recognize you. And in a panic, they sort of let you pass without much concern, as they seem to be entwined with fighting with each other. As you guys are on the northern side of the city, the actual sort of garrison there is much lighter, as most have been moving to the south, where the giants seem to be. You see kind of this large boulder hurtling towards the south gate and into it with a resounding smash. And as you guys enter through the gates, you're able to grab various individuals, and they basically express to you the same thing. It seems to be one of the guards informs you, he recognizing you two, saying that the guards were told to keep an eye out for members of the Sunder Blade should anything happen, that Crick said you were to be trusted. Crick said you were to be trusted. And they say that the siege weaponry seems to be, it's manned by giants, but it seems to be dependent on some mystic who's there, some woman who seems to be motivating it. If it's not stopped, the walls, they could fall. The temple, he says, the Wavirian Palace is under siege. The Temple of Waters is being threatened by some maniac. A giant of feral, some wild thing has pierced the walls, and the arenas are scant with blood from the creatures that seem to have been let loose. And you guys are standing amongst all this chaos. You see a similar degree of bloodshed. What do you do?
I'll take care of the catapult, Milo.
Alright. Truss has probably gone to the temple, and I'm sure Kled is with Porgo at the arena. I'll go to the palace.
Fuck.
Alright. See you on the other side, friend.
Yes, and we do one of these.
Yeah.
By the way, that's the noise that would have happened if you guys had the horn.
Let's go back and get it.
That's the ghost sound.
Village. I don't care.
It's ghost sound, but it only makes that noise wherever you want.
No.
I don't care. Still kill the whole dwarven village just
You
for that.
guys
Yeah, we're getting it
clasp
back. We're getting it
arms
back.
and-
Fuck
and
you, Elder.
You guys kind of look into each other. You've fought alongside each other in bloody battles. But nothing at this scale, nothing in this way. They've always been desperate fights for survival, never something as large as what you've seen here. And you think that there probably hasn't been a battle like this in over 100 years since Sorcerer Kings have worked with each other. And so there's a moment where you guys split off, and I would imagine that that Milo turns and runs first, and Faldir watches him disappear into a crowd before steeling himself for his task and darting out as well. So, Faldir, what is your plan?
Well, I'm gonna... There's not a lot of cover around the city, I imagine,
mean,
right?
Define cover.
Like, there's not really a way for me to attempt to sneak
Well,
up to this catapult.
So there's the city, and then open desert, and then catapult.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right.
So by cover,
Yeah,
you mean
got a cardboard
absolutely no
box over
cover.
yourself.
Yeah.
No. What do you do?
Cool. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go in the direction that the boulder came from until I see the catapult and get a better idea of what's going on before I try and make a decision,
So-
I guess.
There's a long, trenches. You have to basically run from one side of the city to the other. Being that you're starting at around Imperium Square, you can see that the fighting is thick. You can see a lot of, in particular, guards of Wavir and House Fordon seem to be at each other's throats. Wavir's group seems to be led by some sort of dragonborn, a Dre, with yellow scales, someone you've seen around the town. And Stell seems to be led by a human woman clad in heavy plate armor, not metal, but of carapace in nature. You book your way down through the city before finally reaching the front gates, and they see you arrive, and there's a sort of even now you get the feeling that people like who are bigger and stronger than you recognize you, and the rumors about you do seem to lend you some credence, as people kind of in the midst of a battle are a little concerned about what someone of your reputation might just do, being that your reputation as a possible defiler does persist in the city. Upon reaching the front gates, you can see that that the gates now, these large stone gates have beams that have been taken from nearby buildings that have been propped up against the door to try and keep it shut. You feel a large toof and see dust and pebbles fall from a nearby wall that just got struck by a large boulder.
So, is there any way out of these doors other than through? Or do I need to climb the wall and climb down the other side?
How do you climb?
With
This.
Listen, it's complicated. As long as you maintain 3
Sure.
points of contact.
Well, I mean,
I've
first
only
of all,
got
like,
but
I'm not an expert on wall defense, but if there are people manning the walls, there's presumably a stairwell of some fashion. Yeah, oh,
yeah, but I gotta climb down the other side,
Listen,
where there probably isn't.
you chose this job, not me.
I did. Yeah.
Look, just remember all that rope
That's right.
that Milo
The
has.
gate is barred. You know, are you gonna try to? I mean, it does. There's not like a. I mean, the gate is specifically being set up right now so that people cannot get out. Yeah.
Can't get in. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna climb up a staircase and try and
Okay.
climb down the wall. Make sure there's not like
By
just
the
a
way,
circle of giants
3
at the bottom of the wall. So I climb down and
3
they all
points of
just stab me and I
contact, much
die.
tougher with one arm.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so you.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. That was the joke.
That's a good joke.
Thank you.
Man, if only I had the forethought to ask for one of Milo's 2 sets of rope.
I assumed I was gonna circle around the outside
Well,
of
you
the city.
could have.
This
I
is
mean, I
fine.
wasn't gonna stop you. Yeah.
You just run
So
back
you
now.
make your way to the top of the city walls, and a guardsman who's firing some sort of makeshift bow over. There's a small troop of men who are performing this task. One in particular seems to be trying to organize them in the capacity. You hear shouts of, "Sir, we can't reach the catapults. They have too far of range." He says, "Well, goddammit, I don't care if you break your fucking bows. Do it!" He turns and sees you making your way up the stairs. You're the man with the
Yes.
sundered blade, yes, the defiler. Can you help us?
Yes, I'm going to go take care of the catapult. Do you have any rope?
I have some. He goes and runs downstairs, going into some sort of a barracks kind of area before returning back. I have some rope here. This will surely help. I don't.
I need to get down the wall.
He looks at you and he says, "Well, I mean, You could just try to scale down. It'll be hard, given your condition. What if? And he gestures over to where part of the wall is collapsed inward. And there's this sort of rubble, sort of sloping down a little bit. In that sort of direction. Maybe that would be an easier way for you.
Yeah, I'll go that way then. I'll take care of the catapults. Just protect the wall.
He nods and he says, good luck, friend.
You as well. And I dart off.
So at this point, we cut on over to Milo. Milo, you've seen a similar sort of situation and made your way towards the Wavirian Palace. There's been a lot of fighting. Bombo has just lost his mind and has run off amidst into the desert. You couldn't even get him to cross the gates. As he is not trained for large-scale battle at all. And the sounds and the shouts have definitely caused an issue. But you've made your way towards the Wavirian Palace, and the guards are much sparser. Where whenever you tried to make it there just the other day, the area was guarded far more fiercely. There were layers of guards to protect from you even getting in. But now they've been called away. And to no surprise, everywhere you've gone, there's been blood spilled. As you're running through the streets, the sounds of battle and men dying fill its alleyways. Finally, you come across into an area that is very expensive. We're talking it's lined with small plants. You can see sort of palms. Fine stone path that leads to the straight of the palace itself, and there you can see guards meeting and being sent off. They speak, but there seems to be no answer. And finally, as you turn a corner and make your way towards them, you can see that it's Cricket, who seems to be commanding them. He turns and he sees you and he says, "You are part of our clutch. We need you now." He says,
I am here.
"I've had reports that there are men coming, men trained to kill. They seek to kill Rustam Blondo and take the house for themselves. We must stop them."
I'm with you.
He nods and he says, and he sort of reaches his arm out and puts his hand on your shoulder and says, "Though your flesh be soft, may your heart be strong."
Aww.
Yeah. We then cut on over towards Strassa. And Strassa, you bolt your way through the exactly. Were you gonna say something, Sean?
Your volume's getting low again.
I
Yeah.
sincerely do not.
Uh-oh.
I don't think it's the music, though.
Let me see if everything is appropriately inserted into the proper outlet. Always a problem for me. I run.
Yep,
You know,
I knew. I was getting ready to say something.
We've all
but
been
I
there.
said it
It happened.
We don't have to
It's
sing at
you
this
know,
point.
It happens to everybody at some point in time. But yeah. How about now? Are we good now? Okay.
You're good.
It's better, yeah.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and
Beautiful.
tap your headset whenever.
That's what I was thinking. I'm
Well,
like,
this
I wonder
kind
if
of
that'll...
you kind of pussied out a little bit. You were like, just tap.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Yes.
Is what I'll do. I'll go like
I want
this.
to keep as much DM favor
Excuse
as I
me,
can for the
I have
coming
a question about the water skin.
Exactly.
That's different. That'll kill you for it. So choose wisely. But as you bolt your way, you're gonna get to see the first map. Congratulations. So, it took some time, but so first we're gonna transition you to not a map, and then we're gonna transition you to a temple. And as you turn the
Oh,
corner,
snap.
you see that
Nice.
that inside of the temple, as you bust on in, you can see that there are clerics
Oh fuck!
who lay dead and beaten around. And you can see that Master Dorello has
Dorello?
removed his shirt. He was rippling steel underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a badass old man. Let me tell you.
And he seems to be locked in contact with a thin, wiry man. His eyes aglow, and you can see that he's got these strange sort of dark spines emanating from along his arms and such.
That's an upgrade.
And they seem to be locked in combat. You can see that there are other members of the Temple of Blessed Waters who are around you that have been killed. And these two seem to be sort of locked in a bit of a heated combat. Now would be a premium time to roll initiative.
Yeah, buddy. Oh fuck! I just fucked everything up. Hold
Beat
on.
the shit out of some guy.
Eh? Nope.
Hold on. I cannot emphasize how complicated I've made this monstrosity. Largely unnecessarily. But
Good.
Is that Quixote's token?
Yeah, it is.
There is.
Are you new here?
Yeah.
Every other week.
Like that's why I started saying "oh fuck" the second the map loaded.
Yeah, these spines coming out of his arm. Are
Yes.
they cactus shaped?
I hope so.
He's a werecat.
Oh yeah, I've been spelling that way wrong.
Cactus.
dude, that's
Way
I don't
wrong.
know. I random generated that bad boy. So anyway, immediately, our boy Dorillo is gonna jump forward. His hurling his fist towards this spindly man. Why is this like that? Hold on. This is all messed up. But 1 second. I'll have to look that up in a second. But anyway, and he's gonna go, well, bam. His first strike, missing, is this spindly man just sort of slowly curts along out of the way, following up with a kick as his whirls his foot around. You can see there's a stream of sort of almost mist that trails behind it, as he goes ahead and tries to deliver a little pop. But he misses as this spindly figure dodges out of the way. And he's going to go on ahead, and you see him turn his hand towards him and twist it, and from his mind you can see this almost wave of force strike your master. And we're gonna go ahead, and I hate how he constructed everything here, but here we go. Now your master makes the strength save and succeeds, and your master is able to brace himself and stop the blast from resonating with him. As it is now your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna waddle. If my roll 20 would stop lagging,
Okay.
I'm gonna go right there.
Kill Master
And
Gorillo.
does his face look
Um,
spiny?
He turns towards you and he doesn't, but his eyes seem hollow and empty. There are eyeballs in them, but they meet you with a vacant stare.
Okay, I'm gonna try and punch
Yeah.
him in the face.
Directly in the face.
That's not
Nope.
sufficient.
Good try again.
Let me take a look here. Yes, that will just. Oh wait, there we go. That will hit. No problem. I don't know why it lagged like that for me. All right. So yeah, so you strike at him with your
Okay.
fist. You deal a reasonable sum of damage that your opponent strongly dislikes. Dorillo.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Then sort of in kind is going to replicate his previous round of actions, but this time just similar to you, only providing two sort of very basic sort of martial moves, striking against his foe. And he's gonna roll very poorly.
Good God, Derillo. There we
He's
go.
gonna do okay for damage.
Hey.
And so your opponent takes a little bit more damage. Then as he takes these two punches that of which are delivered to him, he's going to go on ahead and look at the two of you, a sort of snarl across his face, and he's going to go on ahead and cast a spell, sort of snarling at you. As he sort of moves his hands around, and then his eyes sort of take this sort of turn to them that turns from vacant to more aggressive. And you must make a intelligence save.
Oh, fun.
Easy.
Give me this. Oh, this is not gonna be good, y'all. Oh,
Oh,
shit!
it is.
Critted!
Okay.
It's fine.
You feel this clinging strike at your mind, and you see a face that of which you've never seen before. You would think that it would look something like Quixote, but it has a look that's something more like this, as it sort of claws at you, but you're able to push it away. But as you've seen this before, its eyes turn and catch with a green flame before you're able to push it out of your mind. And it is now your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna keep trying to punch him.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it. That, however, will.
Okay.
6 bludgeoning as
Okay,
your
I do,
fist lands a hard
mediocre
strike
amount of
against
damage.
your opponent. You see him buckle as he looks around, and then it is now going to be the turn of Derillo, who is going to go ahead and give him a little punch to his throat, and that, and
Little
follow
boop.
up as he sticks his hand down along the blood and runs his hand along the ground. The blood coats his fist, and he launches it forward, and you can see that it's sort of iced upon his hand as he
Fuck
goes
yeah,
ahead
blood
and,
bending.
and gives a pop to your buddy.
This is that shit I'm about right here.
At this point, Battered Back, y'all's good friend, is going to look around. He pulls out his tar from off of his back and gives it a hard strum that the sound seems to reverberate off of the walls itself. And I want you to go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, good. My other best thing.
All right, Derillo is able to
Mm-mm,
withstand
nope.
the blow, but you are going to go ahead and take.
I'm about to get real
22
fucked
points
up.
of damage,
Oh yeah.
and you are hurled back 10 feet.
Holy.
Okay.
That
Yeah,
was some good rolling, Dennis.
Yeah.
now's the time.
Wow.
now's saving it for a rainy day, and so you are blown back.
Never
Well,
wins the dark side.
only when I will it. It
And
rains
yet
blood.
here we are.
And half damage is going to go to your friend. As it is now your turn, Trassa.
Okay. I'm gonna go like this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit him.
That's a hit. Oh yeah.
Then I'm gonna do this on myself.
Okay. That could have been better.
Fuck. Yep.
Derillo is going to go ahead and give him 2 hard pops. Wabam, wabam. And roll like a boss.
Nice.
You
Yeah,
can
get him, Derillo.
You can see that
Fuck him up.
your opponent seems a bit battered. Quixote.
Yeah, so do I.
goes
So like
ahead
same.
and he looks around and he lunges towards you, taking a single step as though to strike you, and then appears over here.
Oh, we
That's
did his Misty Step bullshit.
He can do.
Get back
mucho
here, you
bullshit.
stupid bastard.
Yeah, just take a bonus
He's a
action like,
mystic.
oh,
He's the
I'm
strongest
thinking about
knight in the game.
teleporting now,
Right.
so I can.
Let's see here. And he goes ahead and touches the center of his forehead, and you can see these vines curl out around his forehead and wrap around his head. And then as he pulls his fingers away, his fingers glow, and he throws them towards you. And towards you and your master, several beams of energy are hurled towards you. 2 at you and 2 at your master. So 1, 2 for you, and 2 for your master. And that is how much damage you take. So you take
Wait,
6
what?
points of damage, and he takes
Oh
7.
shit. Okay, we're good.
It is now your turn.
That's a little more close. Okay. All right. So I am gonna take an action and do this.
Okay.
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 I'm back to where I was, and I'm just gonna stay the fuck here for now.
All right.
I'll move on my next
The
turn.
Rolo does not worry about this one. 2, 4. Let's see here. 5. And he's gonna go ahead, and he's going to. Reach out and do something special here. That's right. Basically,
Nurple.
is what it is. And let's see if he gets it. So, bloop. He just does. So he reaches on out, and you see him.
Ooh.
Oh,
You see him
that sounds
reach
scary.
out, and what looks like it would be a punch is his hand just grasps Quixote's shoulder, and there's a moment, and then all of a sudden you see blood just erupt from various portions of your
Nice.
foe's body, just
That anime fighting shit.
piercing him, and he takes some damage. He's clearly battered
Nice.
by this and unhappy. Well,
I mean, same.
he's then going to snarl, and he's then going to you see his eyes catch with a bit of green flame as he's gonna go ahead and cast this. Boom. It's not at all how that's supposed to work. You got this all weird past
Okay.
person. It's not supposed to happen at all. So anyway, so he's gonna go ahead and do one of these, and he's going to hurl this wave of psychic energy at your master. But your master sort of holds up his arm, and there's sort of a as it blasts against him, and you can see that the blood that's on his fingertips has like formed into this thinnest of sheets as a sort of wall that deflects the energy. And it is now your turn.
All right. I'm a zip up there. Oh, maybe. Come here.
Benches.
Are these? What are those? Like benches?
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna hop over it, and we're gonna try and punch him.
That's not gonna do it. Also not
Nope.
gonna do it.
Nope. Not gonna punch him. Yep. Pretty
Your
much.
master is
Pretty
then
much.
going to go on ahead and follow in your footsteps and miss as well. But this time he does better. And he goes
Oh, shit.
ahead, and
Nice.
the blood that of which is spattered on the ground from his previous attack, he now pulls into his hand and is like a spear, thrusts it towards Quixote. Quixote hurls himself towards him and is impaled through his chest, and you see this frozen crackling
snap.
run across his skin as it hardens, and your once companion seems coated in almost a thin veil of ice. Your master then breaks the blood sort of icicle and pulls back. Quixote then falls forward and the top half of his head shatters onto the ground.
Nice.
Ah!
What you get to do when you're at high level.
Our poor friend, a dear ally. All those bonding points, Valdir.
All that dragon
Rip
chest.
Quixote.
We're gonna write a song together.
We're gonna
That's
make
right.
a band, man.
At this point, Darillo turns towards you, Shrasa, and he says, Shrasa, you okay?
I'll be okay. Yeah.
He takes your arm. He says, "Oh, you're hurt." He then grabs your arm and pulls you over towards the well. He then reaches his hand out down into it and pulls out almost like he would physically water. It coats around his hand and arm and places it upon you. It whips around you, and you're gonna go ahead and get a bit of a heal.
Yay.
Yeah, basically.
At 9th level.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't have it set up. It just says the thing, so I'll just roll it then. Alright.
Oh fuck. Yeah, I'm real good.
You're fine.
Everything's great. I am the healthiest I have ever been.
And you feel this healing energy course over you. By the way, do you have the bracelet? Okay, I was just trying to
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, I have one, and Cled has one.
And as sort of this happens, he says, "I'm glad you could make it here."
Glad I came. Can I like look? Does anyone look like they're like sort of dying, or is
dead.
everyone like real dead? Okay, just making
Cacti
sure.
are growing out of their corpses. No.
Yeah.
And it is at that point that as you're standing there, you hear a strange sort of noise, sort of curling through the streets.
Oh, good.
You hear people screaming, and sort of running as quick as they can. And as your master then takes several steps to go take a look, and you hear him mutter, "May the elements protect us." As you see this giant sort of cactus moving its way towards the temple.
Oh, good.
These
Am I
vines-
finally meeting the fabled
the
psychic?
vines pulling it through the dirt across the streets. Whenever it comes in
Oh
contact with
my god, yes.
any sort of ground, it pulling itself forward, and you see as it sort of faces you, you can see that same image as before, sort of in your mind, and it calls towards you, and it says, "The new god is coming. Make way for his arrival. You are nothing but an ant on a tree trunk, and you must be eradicated." As this sort of gnarled creature sort of enters in to the area and sort of grows to a large degree. And then we cut to a brand new location.
God damn it.
Man, Quixote was just the mini boss.
Yeah, he was.
Some
I
Dark
was like,
Souls
that
shit.
was way too easy for
Yeah,
them
yeah, I got
to make
this.
that yet. I was like, that was way too easy. Like, I'm supposed to die at least
right.
3 times every battle.
No, you're always the
Well-
last one standing.
And then I died 3 times.
No, it's like karmic debt. Now that she's survived enough fights,
right.
now she just dies every fight. It's
That's
there
right.
must be balance.
So, at this point we go over
So.
to Cled. Let me go ahead and grab that massive shenaniganry. Here we go. Cled. As you turn a corner, you can see that there are people, bodies slammed against the wall, gnarled masses of what was once human, dwarven, and even elven remains, as it has been quite an unfortunate series of events. At this point, you sort of turn the corner and you see this half-giant, someone that you've seen stomping around before, launching himself towards this full giant. But it's not like the giants that you saw wandering around outside earlier. These are this thing is equally massive, but it's hairy and gnarled. It does not seem to bear the same sort of stature as before, as the other ones. It's hunched over with long arms, and it has a clear, where there is at least a hint of intelligence in the giants you've seen across the way and the ones you've heard about. This one seems to be more animalistic in nature, ripping apart a human before turning towards you. You see the half-giant man you've seen stomping around before with a large swatter, running towards this beast, going, "No! You cannot break these walls!"
It's him!
It's him.
Protect him! I know that guy. Kinda.
That's
Go
our
ahead
boy.
and roll me,
That's our boy.
Initiative.
All right, let me get my character sheet up real quick.
1 initiative, please.
Let me go ahead. Where is Toot?
Hey, I got the same as Strasza.
Too
Hey,
strong.
Consistency again.
initiative growth.
Wait, that's the. Yeah,
The wrong one.
Oh, I was really excited for you for a second.
this is him. And then
Cool.
this is our boy. And he's ready to go.
Oh.
So he's gonna go on ahead. And he is going to leap towards this fella here, and sort of running partially on his knuckles like an ape of some fashion. He runs towards him with these claws, just has this mighty swipe towards your buddy, and lands a 14, which is just enough. I need to turn off. There we go. Jesus. Yeah,
Well,
that's what he does. It's really strong.
Oh shit.
alright.
Um,
See you, Cled.
and so yeah, so that hurts your buddy real bad.
Whew.
As he takes a mighty hit. But the damage is halved, so it's not as bad as it could have been.
Okay.
You get that too, right?
No, I just have to have a hopefully
Alright.
relatively high AC.
Now your buddy is gonna go ahead and he's going to shout, "No! You are wrong!" And he's gonna take a swing with his massive swatter.
My master said
That's
you
what he
cannot
said.
knock down the wall.
And that must be the case. So he does hit. As he does roll with advantage, as he's reckless in his swatting. And
Yeah.
gives a bit of a pop there.
Reckless.
Creature takes a hit. Cled, you got your buddy. Took a hit. He's hurt.
How tall are
They're
the
about
buildings
a
over
story.
here?
This thing is about a head taller than them.
Okay. So what's gonna happen is Cled's going to flap his
A
wings and
million
launch up onto the
spears
building.
pierce your body.
Giant is a
Even
magnet
though
with spear launchers beneath its fur. Just
He
You
has
have
like
a special
a mecha
squad of
cannon
guards
with
in
just, like,
reserve just in case
8
anything.
anti-air.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Cled's going to fly up onto here, and he's going to shout over at his friend. He's gonna be like, "Don't worry, help has arrived," and he's going to use his inspiring word on him to try and heal up some of the damage. So he has 2 hit dice he can use, and he gets 2 temporary HP.
Let me go ahead and take a look here. Alright. Yep.
These are Barb, it's D12.
2d12 plus 6. He's all better. He looks at you and
Maybe I should have waited for him to
he
take up a
believes
hit.
you.
What's his max HP pool?
You don't know.
A
High.
lot more.
It's probably high.
Fuck, I should have waited for that. But
You're welcome.
anyways, that's gonna be the
This creature
turn.
then is going to turn and see you, and you see it grab this chunk of building from nearby and hurls it at you. And this is gonna hurt if it hits you, so let's hope it doesn't.
Boy.
Okay.
Does it have its proficiency
It does.
bonus in throwing pieces of building?
Well, technically it's
Okay,
a
I'm just
rock,
curious.
but I flavored it.
Check.
Oh, it rolls terrible.
That-
Light hit.
Hits.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
It's not that
Everything
bad. I
much
can
worse.
take that.
Better
I can
than
take that
expected.
hit. I'm okay.
It could have
Would
been
have been
much worse.
25 right there.
It could have
They
been.
could have crit, and then would have been really fun.
Yeah,
your
bye,
buddy is
guys.
then gonna go ahead and take a swing. Hey, you leave him be. And he's gonna whack him. Yeah, he.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's a strong guy.
He's got a
Swada.
swatter.
Swada.
It is now your turn, Cled. As you dodge this chunk of rock
Cled.
onto the building behind you.
Cled's going to leap off of the building and make a dive attack, lunging down as he pulls out his obsidian sword and takes a slash at the giant. Fuck.
They're not hard to
One-
hit. He's
one
not hard to
day
hit,
you
but
will learn.
he's harder than that.
But today is not that day.
Man, I was setting up for like a really big damage round too. Oh well. That's the turn.
Alright. Big guy's gonna go ahead and he's going to he's gonna go ahead and do a little something that's very, very exciting. For some.
For some.
Alright, here we go. So first he's gonna go ahead and attack Tutok. And he's going to miss. Oh no, that's not true. This didn't add his proficiency modifier. It does hit with his proficiency modifier. Don't worry. I know you were worried. But it turns out he has a +8.
Spoiler
So
alert.
he hits him real good. Tutok does not like this at all. And then he's gonna take another slam at you. Not at advantage. At normal.
That hits.
He's gonna whack you. And it is now Tutok's turn. Tutok is then going to go on ahead and pull out his sword. Hey! You hit him! No! You hit me! And then he takes a swing and misses real bad.
Oh, Tutok.
It is now your turn, Cled.
Cled's going to swing his obsidian sword and be like, "Yeah, you hit him instead."
That's not gonna do it.
So basically, you guys are just yelling at a giant.
Yeah, pretty much.
You gotta make
and
yourself
miss it,
look
just
bigger.
just waving
It's like
swords.
same thing with bears.
He's then going to.
Hey!
He's then
Hey,
going to take
quit
your
it.
advice, and with his gnarled
Knock it off.
claws, he's going to take another swing at Tutok. And he does hit.
Quit it.
Doing some more damage.
S'mores.
And it is now Tutok's turn. Who grits his teeth as he's knocked back and continues to wail on the critter.
Wait, is he
Yes.
attacking recklessly?
No,
The
Tutok
giant?
is.
Oh,
No.
would I have been able to roll? Oh, two
Tutok's a
tacos.
boss.
Yeah. That's a nice. Nice.
That's right.
Oh, wallop. Crit
That's the
a
dream,
swatter.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't roll
it's
a
gonna be
1,
real
buddy.
bad.
Don't shatter that fucking swatter.
That
I'm
would
pretty sure
suck.
Cled has a spare weapon.
Yeah.
Mm,
It does not break.
trust me. I don't. Ah!
Clyde, it is your turn.
Cool. He's gonna take a swing with the sword
For the first time.
for the first time. Take 2 off of that hit and give advantage to Tutok. And then next hit deals 1 extra damage if it hits.
The critter is then going to go on ahead, and he's going to. Yeah, he's gonna take a big mighty swing at Tutok, who just hit him real hard, and he didn't like that. And he will hit. Tutok's not feeling great. He's feeling the burn. But he's gonna continue wailing.
So,
Let's see how Tutok does with his swatter. But he gets advantage, and he doesn't have to be reckless. He goes, he says something like, "I've got him, friend!" But he doesn't. He doesn't got him.
He doesn't got him.
Damn, a 12? This fucking giant.
at least he's not gonna get advantage against him now,
It's your turn.
which is nice. Then I'm gonna do the
Yeah.
standard thing.
A 16 does hit?
Hit.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Take 2 off. And give
Alright.
advantage for next.
Yeah, this giant looks pretty hurt. But it's gonna go on ahead and grab a rock and just try to smash Tutok over the head with it. And yeah, it's gonna do it.
Ah! Ah!
Yeah, Tutok is also hurt. There's a sequence where Tutok holds up his swatter
No.
to block the rock, and it bashes him down, but he forces himself back up, wheels the swatter around easily as though it were a normal weapon, not something that weighs like 40 pounds or whatever, and is going to go ahead and take another mighty swing. Boom. This time he hits.
Yes.
And add 1.
And
That's
19,
19
it
damage.
turns out, is enough. So, Tutok whirls the weapon around, clobbers at the creature's knees. It drops to a knees. You hear a breaking sound of its kneecap, and then Tutok jumps up with 2 hands and onto the creature's skull, smashing it into the ground. The creature with a large kaplop into the sand that kicks up, and Tutok pulls this bloodied mace up from overhead, and he turns towards you, bluttered and battered, with a massive gash across his chest. "Thank you, friend." And he sticks his arm out towards you.
Kled sticks his arm out and shakes it, and he's like, "Yeah, you did a hell of a job."
And he says, "We." And then it is at this point that while you're standing there, you hear a noise. That of which is something that
I was gonna say another giant character.
that is familiar to some of you, but debatably as to you, is there's a shadow that flies overhead.
Uh-oh.
Flap, flap.
You hear this horrifying sort of screech, and as you look up, you see this creature covered with feathers flying overhead. It has this large sort of antlers protruding out of its head.
This motherfucker.
Claws protruding outward as it flaps
Fucking
overhead.
rocks, man.
Not a rock.
No.
No, I meant
Lobster.
the rocks that we struggled
this
with.
is a
Carry on.
Praetum. Huh? What? Oh, I'm hearing myself.
What?
Somebody has
What?
something weird's happening, but it's fine. So anyway,
Not
so
me.
the creature flies overhead and he says, "I can't get that one." He says, "You have to now." And he pats you on the back. I will say it as though you've had a short rest.
Okay.
It's a powerful back pat
well,
that he gives you.
You guys have bonded, and so
real meaningful.
you know he encourages you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Encourages violence.
That's 16 HP. I can use as many hit dice as I want, right?
4.
Yep.
So
That you have.
Okay. So that's 21. 28. Yeah, I'm back at full. Cool. Then Inspiring Word is back as well. So
anyway, while you figure that out, there's a sequence where we
Sweet.
see Kled running across the streets, and in front of him, Tutok pushing people out the way. "Move out the way! Let him go! Let him go!" And then Kled, flapping his wings, takes off, hurtling towards this creature as it's got it seems to have a guard, a house guard that it's like torn in half, and sort of plucking at its entrails before throwing them onto the ground. They fall off into the city itself as you chase after this beast. And
Shit.
now we transition on over to just outside of the village. This lovely, peaceful town. Over to Faldir.
Very peaceful.
Go ahead and roll me a acrobatics check as you descend this remnants of a wall. You,
Nice.
yeah, it's
Just cartwheeled
it's like
down.
some.
Cartwheel
Yeah.
with one hand.
It's very
Yeah.
impressive. He darts down there. Every step he takes, the rubble that he's on is falling underneath him, but he's able to just dart down this sort of ruined section of the wall, and is able to land sort of 3-point landing into the sand. Looking up, you can see off in a distance the small. You can see that banging along the walls, sort of formed up, are the giants. And they seem to be coming sort of in your general direction. What do you do, Faldir?
Uh-oh.
Tons of
Yeah.
giants charging at me, basically. And still no cover of any kind?
I mean, there's like rubble and stuff.
And stuff.
There's rubble. Also, Kled dies. So you can hide under his body.
If only you had a
right.
Holocaust cloak and a
Like-
wheelbarrow.
When you say charging at me, you mean
No,
they saw
they-
me and
they
are
seem to
charging
be
this
moving
way,
towards the
basically?
wall.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do my best to attempt to be
Okay.
somewhere where they aren't.
So you're just gonna beat feet?
Ideally. Yeah, towards the direction where these rocks are coming from.
Looping
while
around.
Simultaneously evading
Go
these
ahead and roll
giants
me
best
a
as I can.
athletics check. Yeah.
Athletics?
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't.
Yep.
You're not as,
I knew that
as
was gonna
fast as you could be.
Now my arms is my good running arm. I can't with
Don't
that.
you have a
Yeah.
limp too? Like don't you also have like a hunch
Yeah.
on your back and
Yep. It's actually pronounced I. But anyway.
But yeah, and you quickly realize you catch yourself out of breath from the descent from the wall, as you have one failure. Don't fail 2 more times is my recommendation. As you see these creatures are coming ever closer, and you're not going to be able to outrun their sort of arrival.
Okay. How many of them are there? Okay.
I would say this
Good.
seems to be a pretty sizable group, so we're probably looking about a dozen or so.
you
And
think.
Clegg
Okay.
fought one, so
Yeah.
But
these are just your mini boss.
but
Just
these
get
are,
through
you
these.
know, not insane and have big clubs.
Yeah. So is this
No,
like
it's-
just flat
It's got some
desert,
dunes
like
and
no
stuff.
hills and stuff? Can I like try and use the hills as cover
Try
and
to burrow
stealth,
instead of one of the
potentially?
hills and hide.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sure. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're able to find some sort of a chunk of a sort of boulder from one of the catapults that the catapult that it fired, that of which had not quite reached the wall. It fell short. And you're sort of able to crawl up alongside it and get some sand onto your cloak to kind of hide a little bit as these creatures run past you onto the wall. You can see that they're the archers that you talked with earlier, firing down at them as this occurs.
Okay. And I'm gonna move on to the catapult. Does it seem like there's more giants like in between me and it, or?
Yeah, there's like a small encampment that's sort of around the catapult. Not like a huge one, but like, you know, there's gonna be a couple of giants patrolling the area and such.
So I have a thought, and I want your opinion on this
Do it.
before I decide to do it. I still have one charge of the gibbering mouther in a jar. Could I use that as a diversion?
It does make
Because
a
it
bunch of
makes a
noise.
shit ton of noise. To basically kind of place it and pull the lid off and then kind of go the other way while they come over to investigate it, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll do that then. I'll just pull the lid off and it just starts making a bunch of like...
Go ahead and make a wisdom save for me.
Sounds like Taz.
Make a wisdom save.
Sorry. Awesome. Perfect.
Yeah, you looked right at the
Insane.
jar when you
Great.
opened it.
Perfect.
Ah!
I'm gonna use Madman's luck on that one.
I mean, if your goal was
You
to
succeed.
run away, I mean,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
you just
you
do
know,
it in a random
it
direction.
just makes
Worst
me
case
that much
scenario.
faster.
So the screaming mouths appear into the sand, sort of writhing upon it. You find like a corpse of a giant to place it upon, that of which it sort of that got riddled with arrows. And it sort of writhes upon it, consuming the creature, and there's this scream. You see several giants from the camp turn and start to run towards it. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check as you try to hide from them as they make their way towards this area. That's one failure. As you go ahead and try to make an action to hide towards it, you sort of look around and you don't see any easy to gain cover.
I should have
Yeah.
looked for that before I did this plan. Okay.
Don't fail again.
Yeah, no, I got that. But I've used acrobatics, I've used stealth.
So you can reuse one, you just can't use stealth again.
yeah, and your acrobatics was just getting down.
Oh, I see.
You just cartwheel the fuck
So
away.
as opposed to sprinting with athletics, can I attempt to parkour with one hand?
Backflip on out of there.
I cartwheel. We've established that's a thing I can
I
do.
don't know if we established that. I think Dan said it, and you liked it. I think that's what happened.
Listen, all the things I'm proficient in are knowledge checks, and I don't have any way to fit history into this.
I'll go ahead and I'll be nice and say yes, you can try.
Oh, I'm dead. So here we are.
Yeah, okay, that's one of our
So
failures.
it's at this point, you see these creatures gather around towards this mass and begin to pound at it. Whenever one of them looks up and sees you bolting away and says, "Defiler! That one's a Defiler!" And we go ahead and cut over to the temple. No, we don't cut to the temple, I lied. We cut to the palace.
Oh. It's not me.
To the
The young Milo.
That's
The
right.
young Master Milo.
That's right.
Paladin for the ages.
It's
All
Holy
right.
Sword of Judgment.
It's at this point in time that as you sort of clasp Crick's hand, you see his sort of faceted eyes catch the light in a certain way as he looks past you, and behind you you see some fellas that you did not see before. They start running towards you. Each one of them. What are they wielding? I have to pull up their character sheet. I don't need 2 talks right now. Sorry, this only takes 1,000 character sheets to do.
Probably just like bone
That's probably what it
daggers.
is. Each one of them wielding a spear.
Bone knives.
Sort of simple in construction, and they're running in a very, very exciting style. And you hear in your mind, there's a chittering that you hear first with your ears, and then in your mind you hear, "Ready yourself, friend. We have to protect the hive." Go ahead. Bug.
Why you gotta be weird about this, Cricket? Don't make it
Go ahead
weird.
and roll me an initiative.
You got it. You got it.
Alright, so Cricket, he's on point. And Anika's guys, boom, more on point. And they're gonna go.
Mhm. Soon I will be on point of spears.
This guy's gonna go to here, and this guy's gonna double move to do the same. And they dart across this sort of open area, and 2 of them thrust at you with their spears, with a healthy. All right, 1, not a crit. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, that's a miss, in
He
fact.
admits, toggle advantage. There we go. And then he attacks you again. That time he hits.
That'll just hit.
Take 4 damage. Go ahead and roll me a strength save. Yeah, you're fine. And then the other guy's gonna go ahead and take some swings at you, sort of twirling around the spear. He does some cool kick flips that are unnecessary. And he goes
Sick.
ahead and tries to poke you.
Both hit.
An 11 gets you, huh?
Yeah, 11 is my AC.
You're fine. You are not knocked prone. At this point, the soldiers are gonna go ahead, and the guards are gonna go ahead and take these sort of the sort of morning stars of of obsidian, and each one take a swing at their respective guy. First one will hit. The second one will also hit. So they're gonna go ahead and give those guys a pop, dealing some healthy damage. And Cricket is going to go ahead and take this sort of weird, sort of strange, almost star-like entity that's made of what seems to be like a weird sort of chitinous kind of material of some fashion, and he throws it, which you recognize as a Githka. I'm sorry, as a Chachka. Yeah,
Sure.
you know what's going on.
But of course,
All about that. My grandma has a bunch of
Yeah.
tchotchkes on her shelf.
And he's going to hit with both of them and hurt the guys who are whacking you. Hurt one of the guys who's whacking you.
Good.
And it is now your turn.
I'm going to enrageify because that really fucking hurt.
rower.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yep.
I'm gonna step to Malou, and I'm gonna recklessly whack upon the guy who got the tchotchke flung upon him.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a hit for sure. Wow, yeah. He's hurt real bad. He's super hurt. He does not like that. There's a dramatic moment
Jesus.
where you pull off the cloak around your maw, and it gleams metal in the hot sunlight. Is these two guys. One of them is gonna step forward and take some swings at Krikik. Boom, boom, and gonna miss. He's incompetent. And then the other one is gonna go ahead and he doesn't like being hit by you, so he's gonna hit you back.
Yeah, he does have
that's-
advantage.
That's good for him.
Advantage.
And he's going to hit you and do 6 points of damage.
Yeah. And...
Krikik is then going to go on ahead, and you're fine. He's going to toss his oh no, then these two guys are going to hit, I forgot, they're going to hit these house guards here. So boom, boom. Not an advantage, but an 18 does hit, and does a little bit of damage as he rolls very poorly. And the other one's gonna hit his guard, and do a little bit better, but not a lot.
I'm gonna be right back.
Yep.
Yeah, they're fine. Man, these guys are rolling real well.
Nice.
It is now your turn. No,
Yeah.
sorry. It's Krikik's turn. He's gonna go ahead and throw
Krikik.
his two tchotchkes at this at the guy that you're both wailing on. No, I guess he can't do that because he's being harried, isn't he? I think there's a rule. Whatever. He's gonna put that away. He's gonna pull out his Githka, which is another clean weapon, and jump forward and start whacking the guy who's hitting him. And he's gonna get one hit off and do a little bit of damage. It is now your turn.
Solid. I will hit upon the dude, Zen guy I've been wailing on this whole damn time. Recklessly. Jesus! Double ones! Delicious.
break.
However, my iron weapon, even though it clangs,
That's right.
it stays strong.
Man, it's like a 1 in 400 odds of that happening, and you made it happen, buddy.
Yeah, that's... There we go.
Proud of you, Milo.
Get him out of the way now.
Thanks.
Uh,
That's right, that's right.
That's how that works.
these guys. First one of them is gonna. You see a smile curl across his face, unimpressed with you. And he's gonna poke you.
That's fair. Right.
You are now knocked prone.
Ugh.
He's gonna poke you again. He still has advantage. Doesn't really change anything. It's not a big deal.
Extra advantage.
He's gonna poke you for a little bit more. The other guy's gonna poke at Krikik. Not an advantage, but he will hit him. And Krikik is gonna make his strength save, and he will succeed. And then this guy's gonna poke him again, and gonna hit him again. And do a little bit of damage to old Krikik. Then these guys are gonna go ahead and attack their prospective guards, who are not too tough. And let's see here. Boom, boom. And this guy's gonna take a wee bit of damage. And the other one is gonna be attacked. Yep. And he's gonna take a bit more. So that guard's really hurt. And this guard is pretty hurt as well. Now the guards are gonna go ahead and take their swings. One of them will hit. And whack the snot out of this guy. Man, this one guard's being a real champ. He's doing a great job, all things considered.
Yeah.
Second time he's rolled
A
max
superstar.
damage.
If he
Yeah.
lives through this, he's joining
yeah,
our crew. He's the new Kled.
And
Yeah, Kled's,
right.
Kled's gone. This guard's in.
and then Krikik is gonna go on ahead and use his Githka. And is going to whack his guy, dealing some more damage. And it's now your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna try doing what I did last time, but failed less maybe.
There's that crit. Yeah, I knew it was coming.
Alright. Double one
Yeah.
lead into a crit. That's
Oh,
how that
yeah.
goes.
You
Ooh.
go ahead and just smash this guy.
Jesus
as you
Christ.
rise to your feet, blood trickling down your hammer, you swirl it in your hand. It feels so much lighter than the swatter you're used to having.
Yeah,
And you
it's
just
like, this is a piece of
clobber
cake.
this guy, just smashing him. Your hammer reaches his chest, and you just feel his sternum almost go concave against you as you slam him into the ground, pulling your hammer out, viscera coming with it.
And I'll do, as I turn to the next guy, I'll do just one-handed because it's so light. I do like a flourish
Yeah,
to
but
clear
you, like,
all
throw it
the
shoulder.
gore
You're
off.
like, ah, shit, sorry.
Samurai.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Ah,
shit.
shit. Exactly. This guy is then gonna go on ahead and take a couple swings. So first, they're gonna go at the guards. Wow. So the first guard is real hurt, but he's gonna stay on his feet, and the second guard's almost certainly gonna die. Yeah, he's dead. So there goes him.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
I don't know, it's getting better though.
How we doing now?
Stronger
I
again,
sincerely
yeah.
have no idea what's
It's
happening.
weird. There must be. It must have. There must be some setting that's self-adjusting. Is this like your webcam mic or something?
No,
Yeah,
it's not
probably.
my webcam mic. You're wrong.
Anyway, that's
No, I
probably
mean
is.
like there's still probably
That's
some
probably
setting
is,
that's
yeah.
self-adjusting potentially due to.
Yeah, sensitivity adjustment.
So anyway,
Cool.
so one of the
Alright.
guards dies. He wasn't the good one though, so it's okay.
But did that spear dude's spear survive? That's what I want to know.
I forgot about that because you didn't have to do it. No.
Ah.
So I'm gonna remind me.
What's up, guys?
Now the other one is gonna go ahead and attack. One attack for Cricket, and one attack for you, Milo, and give you a little bit of
Aw.
damage. This
Okay.
house soldier's gonna go ahead and take a swing at his guy. He's gonna miss, unfortunately, first time. Yeah,
All right.
you've been there.
It's just nerves.
And Cricket's gonna go ahead and wail on his dude. Do 5 points of piercing, so it's not that bad. And it is now your turn, Milo.
All right. So I've turned to our new friend here, Cricket's old friend, and I will
Yep.
recklessly whack upon him.
Oh yeah.
Do a little bit of flapping
That's
damage.
definitely gonna drop that guy. Another one bites the dust.
Nice.
Um,
And as I do that, I'm just gonna start moving immediately and move over to this dude now that he's
Yep.
standing over his vanquished foe.
Well, he sees that. He doesn't like it. But he's gonna do his best. He's gonna pull out a dagger and try to give you a little pokey poke. But he's not gonna do it. He didn't have it in him. He's intimidated. But the other guy's gonna take a swing
Yeah.
at his guard here. Oh wow! All right, 1 HP. This guard keeps trucking.
That was me last fight.
He's
I
trucking
believe
on.
in you, little buddy.
You can do
He's
it,
staying
Nameless.
strong.
Your inner
This is
Shrasa.
now Cricket's turn. Cricket's gonna go on ahead and help out his buddy, as you've got it under lock.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, that's a bunch of damage. And House Guard guy is not gonna hit. Is now your turn, Senor Milo.
Yeah, I'm gonna recklessly whack on Dagger Douche.
That's
Ooh.
gonna kill him.
On them once. Oh,
Nice, good
Oh
work.
no, that's not
all
gonna
right.
kill him.
And then I'll immediately.
No, I was looking at.
Oh,
I was looking at
he's
the other.
okay.
That would have killed the other guy.
He's good. Oh,
This
okay.
guy's hurt. So first, this guy's gonna take a swing at you. Yeah.
Mm,
I'm sorry, these are not
that crit
spears.
will hit.
So.
Oh yeah.
So you take 4 points of damage. Enjoy. And now this guy is gonna go ahead and take a swing. Boop. Wow. If 5 is actually gonna miss the guard, and his second attack goes for Cricket and hits him. He's really
The guard
sturdy. He's
cannot
doing a great
die.
job. He's getting a raise.
You got to
Yeah,
give this guy a name.
no,
Come up with a name
it's gonna
fast for
have
this
to
dude. Getting promoted.
And in response, he's gonna take a swing with his mighty morning star. But it's not gonna do it. But Cricket will follow up. And do 10 piercing, which will be enough, but we're gonna... nah, I guess he doesn't make the second attack, since he kills them in the first. Your turn!
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna do the same old thing on this guy, just doing all... It looks real cool, because I'm, like, real good with this hammer. But
Yeah,
the end result is I'm just
nice.
flapping this dude. There we go.
I would like to name him Aurel.
That means I can name him literally anything but Aurel now. It is...
Yeah.
Yeah, just
So
suggest
he
names you don't
rises
like.
up.
Okay.
The three of you sort of turn towards each other, covered in blood from having fought these creatures. Not creatures. They're normal people. It is at this time that you see. Whoa. Why are you not doing what I want you to do? Okay. Sorry, my Roll20 is lagging like a boss. Oop. And you see
Like a mouse.
3 more guys coming towards you. And as they begin to sort of darting towards you, you hear a scream, which is not usual, as you heard many of them, but you hear one coming from inside the palace. You hear the shout of, "They've come inside! They've come in!" And then followed by a Wilhelm scream, of course. Cricket turns towards you, and in his he sends to her and he says, "Go, save the Lord. I will hold them here." And he steps forward in front of these 3 approaching entities. His battered soldier sort of raising his
Yeah, just like I
Can I
really
go inside too? I just-
can I just take
But what do you
quick short rest maybe? I disobey order. No, I'll go rush to the palace. Trying to catch a.
Absolutely.
Gonna do anything?
I'll
Try and
say
bandage myself
this is
as
though
I
you take a
run.
short
Yeah, no,
rest,
I'll just
though,
go
so
in.
You are your blood is pumping, and
Thank God.
you are sort of rejuvenate, like you sort of find the second wind, if you will.
Good.
And let me go ahead and find where is this godforsaken map. It's okay, I only have 4,000 of them because I'm super smart.
All right, I'll pour my hit dice. I'm almost all the way back up to full health.
Absolutely. And it is at this point that you sort of dart into the ballroom. You see there are dead guards sort of strewn about. You see Lord Rustam Blondo sort of leaning back in his sort of fine chair, sort of his eyes wide open over this table. You see his eyes are wide, and you hear Lady Anika's familiar voice shouting at him, "Where is the artifact? Tell me now, you little worm!" And as you swing the doors open, she turns and sees this Mull standing there with a metal hammer in his hand. A smile curls across her face. She twirls her two sort of curved swords and smiles and says, "Never mind. It looks like I found what I'm looking for." And so, we cut back over to the temple.
Hey, it's me.
I'm sure it's like the CR2 giant cactus monster. It's probably not
Yeah.
that bad.
I mean, it'll be fine.
Probably got 10 health.
Definitely not going to die 8 times during this fight.
Hey, look. Fucking Rick Moranis could take down one of these things. You got this.
That's right. This horrifying creature sort of approaches. Go ahead and roll me some initiatives, people. How many
Hockey.
plus 1,000 fucking...
Boop.
Getting
Hey.
better.
Yeah, it's like
Slowly
for
but
the-
surely.
For the
Yeah.
15th encounter,
This is
you're
the
gonna be
15th.
fucking spitting nails. Hold on. There's so many things here because I thought, well, maybe they might change their mind and go to a different place, and that would fuck everything up. So I had to keep it on it.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
we
that's-
should have
that's
done
me.
that just to screw it. Just be like, actually.
Everyone was terrible. So it is your turn. Tressa?
Wait, am I
Make it happen,
seriously?
Cal.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch him. Because that's
Oh, yeah.
what I
That's a
do.
hit. Yeah, it does not care for your bludgeoning damage. Oh yeah, that's also gonna hit it. This is not hard to hit.
Yeah, sack of hit points.
Yeah, you brought him down to them double digits, man.
Woohoo!
Hits. Nice.
Darillo is
Easy.
gonna go ahead and give him a fearsome punch.
Yep.
Not too fearsome, I guess.
More like a
But then
love smack.
After having just healed you, his hand's still moist. There's this sort of misty cloud that goes around them as he goes ahead and punches the creature in a similar fashion. Does much better. Does much better.
Oh, that's way
Much
better.
better, Darillo. I'm proud of you this time. Alright, cool. The creature's turn. It didn't like any of this bullshit. So it's gonna go on ahead and it's going to reach out with these tendrils. Why does that have a 0 to hit? I don't know why I keep doing that. But it's gonna reach out with its tendrils, one at Darillo. And that's gonna miss him. Because he's a boss. And one is gonna come for you, Tressa. And it misses. Whew.
Also gonna miss.
That's good. Let me tell you. That's good news for you.
It's an easy fight. You got this.
I'm gonna punch him again.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Mm.
Nope. Not gonna punch him. I'm gonna
Darillo
flail
is
in
going
his
to try
general
to also
direction.
punch him. But he's going to succeed.
Yeah, precisely. Precisely.
Where you failed. He finds success.
I'm glad.
So, okay, so it's 13. Cool. So that's gonna bring us down. Boom. It is now the creature's turn. And it didn't work the first time. It's gonna try a second time. Darillo.
Okay.
Down.
Oh!
And then Tressa. Okay, so Darillo
Yeah,
is gonna
okay.
take a bunch of damage.
Ah!
29 points of
Not
damage.
a small number.
He does
Fucking
not like that.
fuck.
Darillo, he's a healthy guy, but he's not that healthy. Jesus. Alright, yeah.
I mean,
He's real hurt. He's like
Jesus
right on the edge.
fucking Christ.
It's okay.
Yeah. I'm probably
Yeah,
about to
you're
be
gonna
too. Get
Oh,
the numbers
18.
thing can roll. Okay.
Yeah. Darillo's got a righteous wait, hold on. So that's 20, 29. Okay, he's got 9 HP.
Yeah, I have 8.
He's
So,
almost
you
done.
know, same.
So it's your turn.
Oh, okay. Can
Yeah,
I
you're not
try and break
grappled.
free?
It just knock the shit out of you.
Oh,
It did
not-
psychic damage.
Oh,
It fucked
okay,
your mind
cool.
up.
In that case,
You
I'ma smack him.
once.
once.
Yeah. You're not gonna use them beads?
I might next round.
I mean,
we'll see
you
what
might
happens.
die.
I might die.
But
Wait, are those? Hold on, I never asked actually. Are they an action or a bonus action?
I'm being nice and saying they're bonus action.
Okay, then I would have used
All right,
them.
so you.
Can I retcon or no?
I will say you cannot. I will say you cannot.
It's fine if not. I'm just
But
asking.
yeah, you do
Okay.
6 points of damage, so he's down to.
Okay.
He's got less than half. Darillo is not super stoked about everything that's just happened. So he's gonna reach over and touch you. So you get 10
Good.
hit points back. And
Oh,
he's gonna
okay,
go ahead
cool.
and give a pop to this creature. He's gonna sock him in the mouth! No, you're not.
Nope. No, he's not.
His fist goes directly into its mouth,
Exactly.
and then it clamps down onto it.
The creature is then going to curl up, and you hear inside of your mind, "Fools! You do not know the god you should serve." And, oh, it misses.
No, I really don't.
Darillo. But let's see if it hits you.
Shit!
Okay. Take
Yeah,
8 points
I
of
mean-
piercing.
Oh.
And roll me a wisdom save.
Okay. Hold on.
I don't like when it's
Roll
not
well.
descriptive. It just says
Yeah.
roll something.
Wisdom?
Alright.
Mm-mm.
So, it is now your turn, and you feel an uncontrollable urge to knock the shit out of Darillo.
Good.
So do that.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I had to scroll
He
over.
breaks your fist.
Nope.
He's like,
Do I have to hit him with my bonus action?
yeah, and your master, he
Nope.
knows your shit
You can
like
try.
way too well. Like,
Hold on, I would have had to move to do that.
and
Come here.
Darillo
There you
is going, "Unhand her, you foul creature!" And he's going to go on ahead and be like, "Bladow," and then "Bladow."
Wait,
Well,
how
that
is
is
only
additional
one?
bonus.
Oh, because it was
Oh, by
frozen.
the way, roll me a
I
wisdom
was
save.
like, wait,
That's your turn. Yeah.
me? Okay. Hold on. Getting there. Nope.
Oh god.
I have my little character sheet like really squished
Alright,
in the
this
corner of my
creature is then
screen,
going
so
to fire its needles at just Darillo. Oh yeah. Yep. Good thing he healed.
Oh,
both of
uh-huh.
you, or else he'd be super fucked. So he's got less, not a lot. But it's wisdom save time. He's okay. Whew. Yeah, he's on.
am I gonna hit him again? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And Darillo goes down.
Yep.
Oh my god. You killed your master.
So
You monster.
he's gonna go ahead and take a nap. And go ahead and roll me a wisdom save at advantage since you knock a shit out of him.
Probably not going to matter. Nope. I had that feeling that I get.
You're not very wise for a monk.
No.
Nope. No, I'm not. I'm not really anything for anything.
Alright. So,
I'm kind of a squishy
so
little
things
shit.
have gone bad.
Yeah. No, I couldn't tell.
Meanwhile, we're gonna cut on over to soaring above this landscape. Cled. Roll me initiative.
I'm here for this.
please. As you will now be engaged with this bird creature.
Fuck.
Man, I can't wait till you guys all lose. Alright.
Yeah, I'm down for a soft campaign reset. No big deal.
Yeah,
That's just what I
it's
picture
all
happening.
fucked.
You guys get the feeling something really bad's happening somewhere else? Yeah, it's
Ah,
weird.
but man,
Yeah.
all these new slaves have been
It
great.
made our jobs way easier.
Yeah, we can just sit here eating shawarma. This is perfect.
So, this creature's gonna go ahead and attack you, Cled. Broop.
Okay.
Nah,
Is that with advantage or?
it doesn't have advantage.
Okay. So
Okay.
the 24 still hits for
You
sure.
take 8 points of piercing, which probably feels super
Okay.
good for you.
It's not terrible, but it's not
And
ideal.
it's now
That's
your
for
turn.
sure. Okay. I'm gonna fly. Does it matter for positioning, or are we just like theory of mind?
You're in the
pretty
fucking
much?
sky. You fly around a lot.
Okay. We're in the fucking sky, and he's gonna pull out his sword and he's gonna slash at it.
No.
Nope.
This creature's gonna come at
And
you
he's
with
gonna
his
miss.
talons. Oh yeah.
And hit.
All of you. Yeah, he rolled
11?
max damage. It's okay.
So for this specific incident, like inspiring word is used only on allies, but would I be able to
You wanna
use it on
inspire
myself
yourself?
in this situation or no?
I'll say sure.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I can't wait to see how fucked everything is.
In that case, yeah, pretty
No,
much.
we all die. I guarantee it.
So
We cut to the next scene where there's just like a circle of giants trying to figure out how to hog tie me to a pole when I only have one arm. Like,
this is a blast already. So I'm gonna use inspiring word on myself and roll my last hit dice. So it's gonna be 19 plus 2 HP, and then obsidian
That hits.
longsword attack,
You now hit 2 creatures.
Sweet.
Feel good.
and the
Yep,
lowest damage
absolutely.
possible.
Yeah, this creature's gonna go ahead and try to gore you. Man, he's killing it. Alright, you take
That
4 points
barely
of
hits.
See, no problem.
Okay,
Yeah.
obsidian sword.
Roll me a D.
God,
Roll me a
you and this
D3.
goddamn sword.
Mm.
Yes.
Warhammer time.
Cool.
Oh,
So that
yeah.
sword breaks, and Kled just kind of throws it off into the distance and pulls out his other sword that he
take it,
has.
Wilhelm scream.
You take
As it hits somebody on the
creature
ground.
and it catches it with its talons and snaps this obsidian sword in half, dropping them to the ground, and it sort of squawks at you, snarling. Yeah. Jeez, this is bad news.
Yeah. And then he
Alright,
pulls
here
out
we
his
go.
second.
Guys, we can't even sage
That's
these
a
dice,
miss.
So that's
guys.
a miss. That is
Like-
now your turn.
That's a miss. So
Oh yeah, that's a hit.
I like the
That's
second
not a
sword,
sword.
already.
Or do you have? Oh,
Cool.
do you have a second
Do
sword?
have
That's
a
right. I
second
forgot.
I do have a second sword.
Ooh, I forgot about this.
Yeah. I came prepared because
Yeah.
it's much easier to carry around multiple one-handed weapons than it is 2 swatters.
That's very true.
Yes, that is a fact.
Then that's the turn.
This creature sort of snarls at you. Both of you are now sort of a little beat up, a little rougher for wear than when you started this encounter. And it's going to sort of fly into a circle and then dive towards you. Roll me a acrobatics check, please.
Acrobatics, you got it.
You succeed as it's not able to get its diving attack off on you.
Can I make my own diving
but it
attack?
needs to make a save as well.
Oh, okay, cool. And is there
Yes.
gonna be like a cooldown on it? Okay, cool. So, what's gonna happen is Kled's going to expertly dive out of the way and use it to gain altitude, and then drop down and try to
Absolutely.
drive its sword into its back.
Expertly.
So, do I have to roll an acrobatics, or is it rolling a save? Okay.
And it fails. So
Oh
Cool.
shit.
So, what are you doing for the dive attack? Because my character sheet is just an extra hit,
So basically,
dice
roll
roll.
with advantage, and if you hit, it's an automatic crit.
Okay.
Whew.
Oh yeah. So click on that, and then roll me another d6.
Then yeah, it's an extra d6.
Oh yeah. So yeah, this creature
Cool.
did not like this.
I can take
so
that.
it's gonna come at you with its talons, sort of a flurry at you, and it's going to miss.
That does not hit.
It's now your turn.
It's getting salty.
That just hits. 13 is its AC.
Oh, sweet.
Oh yeah. This creature's hurt. He's not a happy camper. So he's going to look at you in a most displeased fashion, and he's going to try to gore you with his great horns. Yeah, and he will.
And that
he
hits
will succeed
for 7.
So,
Okay.
And then he's going to do something special this round.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I don't have
action
anything special.
surge.
And he's going to go on ahead and attack you with his talons.
I'm down.
It had 4 HP left.
Oh my.
Fucking hey, dude.
No, it's probably gonna pull his heart out in the air and then just drop his corpse. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not dead,
Okay.
but that took me out.
But like you're dead because who's gonna heal you?
Yeah, who's
Yeah.
gonna catch you?
Suddenly, all of the archers turn and shoot at the Periton.
I should have just used a bandage during that short rest-esque period.
Yeah, probably.
Man, how
I
much
don't
HP
think I'm
did you
Second
Second
have?
best
to
would have
use.
saved me. That did
Oh, it was
5
the
more than I had.
crit.
If it
I had
hadn't
10
crit, you would have
left.
been fine.
Nice.
The crit was what did it.
Like a clutch player, I always crit when I need to. When I need to kill the party.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So
So
anyway,
Cled's out for the count.
at this point, we cut on over.
Faldier can't
We-
be hogtied
we go
to a
over to
post,
Faldier.
so
Mm-hmm.
So Faldier,
Mhm.
you are in a novel situation at this point.
Mhm.
You are mobbed by giants, beaten and tied up. They drag you into the encampment where you see the catapults flinging. You see one of the catapults buckle and break under the weight of the massive boulder, and then this woman you see, pale with long blonde hair, wearing a sort of white dress, take her hand, and the catapult is sort of put back together, and then hurls the rock towards the wall. She then turned towards you, kneeling, and looks at you, tilting your head. What is your name, Defiler?
Oh dear. Nice to meet you.
She furrows her brow. She slowly rises to her feet. My sister spoke of you. She sort of cups her cheek and brushes away some of the blood. And she says, she said you were supposed to be away today.
Well, I was on my way out when a group of giants kind of ambushed me. And now here we are.
That's not true, Felty. She kind of brushes back some of your black hair out of your face, and she says, you were sent north, not south.
Oh, well, you caught me on that one.
I'm curious. What magic did you use to get back here?
It was a spell of teleportation. I had to slay half a dozen people to be able to cast it, but
Roll me a deception check.
oh, this is probably not going to go well.
mm-mm.
Hey,
Okay, could have been worse.
okay.
Could also have been better.
You're gonna Captain Kirk your way through this situation, dude.
I really hope so.
Somebody.
Yeah.
It's interesting. My sister said you were a special one. Well, I will let her decide your fate.
Can I have a drink from a flask of mine, please?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Ah, shit. Ah, damn it. Fuck.
Motherfucker.
I was gonna do something cool, but it's fine.
You know what?
It's fine.
I'll let it
just
happen,
sit here and.
'cause I'm curious to see what you're and I want to reward creative play.
Nice.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I gesture her to the container that I have that has the anglerworm webs in it.
She takes it, pops the cork.
And I assume the webs are under pressure in there and such that they would explode outward, right? If not, it's gonna be real awkward.
It's like a
Like
little
a snake in a
coiled
can
snake.
of beans.
Just
It's not nearly as cool as I thought it was
It's not
gonna be.
peanut
But the catapults are in range of that shit. That was my goal. Gum them up. They don't work. You know what? It's fine if it doesn't work.
I like
We're all
it. I
fucking
like
dead
it.
anyway.
I
I think it's bold.
It doesn't really matter.
I like it.
Mm.
I was hoping you had like an emergency stash of like slime juice, and you were gonna drink it and just go full slime. That was my
Yeah,
hope.
no, I would have been down with that, but I'm out of slime, sadly.
Mm.
I would have totally done that if I had the opportunity.
I'll tell you what. Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Ooh.
No.
Damn.
It's stressing me.
Yeah, all the skill checks and all the failures, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bad at
You
dice.
got-
It's not something I'm good at.
We can't
I'm
even
bad at
say
GM, I have
using
a swing.
dice.
I could be like, oh, it hits you.
Like Will Wheaton took a tour of our game before today.
20 was coded by Will
Not for me. I crit on point.
Yeah.
You're the anti. You're where his luck goes. You're like the
Special-
fountain at the other
This-
end.
You have the special Taliesin
That's
Jaffe
right.
module that
I
you access.
Yep,
So
there it is.
anyway, she pulls open the cork and looks inside and smiles. She told me to watch out for you. She corks it.
I can't blame a guy
My
for
sister
trying.
can. And she rises to her feet, takes the flask and tosses it aside before going over to her to do her work, continuing to fling these catapults at the walls themselves.
So, just so I
Yeah.
can get a full visual picture here.
There's a small
How
post
am I
that
tied
they
up?
basically jammed into the sand, and you're tied up there.
Okay.
You're like, I get up
Okay,
and
got
run.
I'm like, how are my arms tied behind my back?
I get
don't
up and run.
understand.
Ah! See, I
Uh-oh.
We
I
killed
can
him.
see you. See, I can
He's
hear.
dead.
I
He
can
broke
hear you.
Dennis.
No, you don't.
Guys, we
You
win.
never
We
said
survive.
Woo!
Oh, yeah, Dennis, your bar's
As-
moving, but
as-
nothing's coming through.
A slime appears over the nearby hill and begins devouring
Like,
only the bad guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm home, Papa. I'm home.
My Heart Will Go On starts playing.
Yeah.
As it rolls over this entire camp and dissolves all of us, including
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Hey, Dennis, I think you might be back. Maybe? No?
No,
Nope.
no,
Mm.
no.
Just a different frame.
No.
Hello.
Wait, say something.
Oh, I'm here.
There you
you
go.
are.
Hey, here we
I'm
are.
back.
Good.
There, you're back.
Oh,
You're
wait.
back.
It
Yeah,
just-
Oh, no.
Now you're less here than
You were
before.
briefly
I should
back.
be here now.
And there we are again.
All right.
You
That's
are.
really weird. I don't know how to explain that series of events. But I'm gonna go ahead and restart Roll20 as well. So anyway, so you guys are doing 10 out of 10 awesome. In your moment
Yeah, we
in the
are.
sun.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you expected.
I mean, you
But
were
it
like, hey, there's
could've
gonna be
been
some great
this.
badass moments for each of your characters.
You get
Not what
dramatic
happened.
deaths.
It's just great. We have like we snapped the Shirasa like gazing at this fucking cactus under its spell, and then we cut to Faldir stuck on a post, tied up, and then we cut to Kled plummeting to the earth, unconscious.
And then the whole catch.
That's
No.
right. So. Jesus Christ.
All right, Milo.
My turn
No
to
pressure.
fail.
It's all you.
No pressure at
You
all.
have to be
My
the
all
turn to
you.
fuck up.
that saves everyone.
Yeah, I
right.
gotta start the new campaign off. Well, if I kill Anika, then she can't come and judge you and tell her sister to
And
kill you.
yeah,
Father.
and slaughter me, which is probably what would
So,
happen.
Get on that.
Well, now is a premium time to do just that.
All right, initiative. You fucked me so many times. Just work. Well, big number.
Welcome. Oh, this is simple.
I'm sure she's not a rogue. She's probably not going to backstab you.
So,
I just want to rage before she hits me.
all right. Hold on, I didn't click on her
Fuck!
thing. There we go. Now, she's gonna go ahead and go over here, and she's gonna run on over with these swords drawn and say hello. These are they're special cool swords. She's gonna give you 2 whacks. God damn it. This is never fucking right. I don't know why it keeps not putting in the fucking to hit roll. Yeah.
Efficiency.
Efficiency. Hit and a miss. Ooh,
That's right.
That's a
How you
hurt.
feeling, buddy?
Feels like the weight of the world is on his shoulders
Good.
right now. For some
All right,
reason.
now
Mhm.
I enrageify
Good. That's good.
gratefully, and yeah, I'll just swing and go Grimjaw and
Yep.
recklessly
That
whack
will hit
upon
her.
her.
Mightily. Wow.
Good.
Yeah, that's hard.
Ah!
That's
That was the
a
best
good
I could
roll,
have
man.
rolled.
Somebody needed to do it. Boy, she feels that one. She takes this huge blow back. You feel like a bone break in her arm. At which point she takes one of her and she slams it onto this, similar to Faldir, this sort of jar that she has at her waist, and it breaks, and this dark ichor covers it. So she's gonna hit you with the normal one first,
Okay.
and then she's gonna hit you with the special one second. So first you're gonna take some damage. Now roll a con save.
And roll well.
Each damage type. Does the total damage get halved or each damage type?
Too slow.
I'm gonna say the total.
I don't really know. Okay. So that's 6.
My mic was muted. You had more reaction time.
Now roll a con save.
And roll well. Okay. I probably get advantage on this because there's no
Rolled
reason.
well.
Right? I rolled well.
It is now your turn.
I rolled well. Okay. So I take these hits. Just gonna say, there's still time to walk away. As I bring the hammer back around for another swing.
Don't let her walk away, then Faldir dies.
I don't
He
know.
doesn't-
He doesn't know that.
I know, but
Yes.
Nice. Nice.
Wow. You've rolled very well,
Yeah.
and you needed to.
Mm.
What is she gonna do here? No.
Drop dead, maybe.
Cry?
Fine.
Die.
So first
All
she
of
goes
the
ahead
above.
and she drops one of her onto the ground and pulls out a bag of some fashion and slings it in your face. Go ahead and roll me a con save. You succeed again. And she's gonna take a swing at you with her other
Oh yeah.
It is now your turn.
Okay. I gave you a chance, and I'll finish her. I'm for sure gonna
That's
finish her now.
Go ahead. Yeah, she takes a lot of damage though. It's real hurt. You've been hitting real well. Rolling 10s and 12s and shit. Damn.
Yeah, dude.
Karmic
Clutch.
swing.
Clutch time. Yeah, that's right. Someone had to succeed.
mm-hmm.
Don't say that.
75%.
Wait a
yet.
second.
Oh, it's fine. I got this, guys.
You clobber her and she blocks it, and some of the blow catches the side of her jaw, and you see blood spurt out of her mouth and runs down the side of her face. She snarls at you. Damn you, bastard. She takes both of her ko and drenches them in poison before coming at you. Damn.
Miss!
Oh! Oh shit.
that one's gonna do it though.
Those are not small numbers.
I can't even add that together. Shit.
32.
There's 32.
16, really? That's not so bad. She's real hurt. It makes you feel better. Yeah.
Gotta make a con save too and roll well.
Ow.
Yeah.
First off, ow.
I haven't even taken
Roll
damage.
well.
Okay.
It is now your turn.
All right, buddy.
No more.
I like how Milo has gone from "I gave you a chance" to "Ow."
I give up. Just kill him. I don't even know him. Rest is blocking.
Nope.
How?
What is it with you and
Twice in one
Wow.
session! Ow!
That's just flat out absurd.
I feel like that has to be a glitch. I feel like that can't even be real.
Excuse me 1 second. I need to do the math on this.
Statistically, yeah. What are
What
the
is
odds?
that? 1 in 16,000?
2 sets of rolling
I
one.
think that was karma for you being like, yeah, one of us has to roll well.
Yeah, I know.
I did
I
not
told
expect-
you not to say that.
I invited it. I just I was expecting
I
to
did
miss,
not
but this is
expect all of you to die.
spectacular.
At least your hammer can't break.
I mean,
The hammer
but
just
I
goes
did,
flying out of my
honestly.
hand.
Alright.
All right, Dennis.
Are you gonna
Finish
do
it.
anything with your bonus action?
What can I do? No, I say you could run. You could still run. I'm warning you. I'll extra rage. I got nothing I can do with my bonus, man. Just come get it.
So, first
Jesus,
she's
take the
going
wheel.
to-
Yeah.
She's
I'm
going
a knight
to
of holy judgment.
pull from that pouch once more and throw it at your face. Roll me another con save, please.
Bound to happen.
And as this fills your nose, you drop unconscious.
Okay.
All right.
Safe.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Dennis refused. Who can we switch to
No
who's
one.
not dead?
No one.
All right, that's the game, guys.
I'm real
Not
fucked,
dead.
but I'm not dead.
Yeah, Faldir's fine.
Yeah, I haven't even taken any damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing great. We were beaten a giant.
I almost just snorted water all over my notebook.
This is fun. Now we
Nice
now we
one.
get to play how you guys all
You've
lose.
done.
So, Shrasa,
Hi. Hello.
your eyes still open. You see this massive cactus-like creature with its tendrils pouring down into this I don't know, different into this well, and you see it as you see new tendrils begin to worm around the well, digging deeper and deeper into it. And you for those 1 in 6 for those curious. Yeah, that's correct. Man, that's bad news. She had 6 HP left, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I figured she was real low. 160,000. Okay. Yeah.
But she crit first.
Yeah, that's
so
bad luck.
that's
That's
what
real bad
happens.
luck.
Oh, that reminds me. I did not do this. And her weapon didn't break. Anyway, so... And as you look across the way, you see standing on the other side of this well, a man, dark skin, and green eyes with dark hair. He's, of course, the face of Thenic, looming over the well as pumps into it. He is not wearing a shirt, however, and you can see across his chest is a skeletal coiled serpent tattoo with a skull of a snake at its head. Shrasa, my dear, how are you?
Great, let me tell you.
Don't worry. You will see something miraculous this day. He slowly walks over to you. Why, I tell you! You'll see the birth of a god. He says, you'll see a king return to power. You see this shuddering of this cacted creature. And he looks down, and as you see as well, you can see the water below is becoming fetid and putrid, as it is slowly being tainted by this sort of strange sap that seems to be leaking from the vines that are pouring into it. At this point, Thenic sits on the edge of the well across from you, and he tilts his head. And he says, Tell me. How did you think this would end?
I don't really know if we thought about how it would end.
And that's what I counted on, my friend. Now, I have a question for you. I'm looking for something. Something that you and yours have. Shrasa, dear. If you wish to stand before the king as you are, and not as you will be, where is your friend Faldir?
For once, I can honestly answer you that I have no idea.
He turns towards the cactus, and you feel this resonating sort of jolt run through your mind. You can see the eyes of this foul creature gazing all over you. And then it searches your memory and it courses through them, going through the various events of the day and the day before. And he furrows his brow. You don't know. Well, that is how it is, isn't it? Life, a funny thing. You know, I thought we should kill you. And then he reaches towards you. And then I saw this. And he pushes a little bit of your robes aside. And there's the symbol on your chest. And he says, "Tell me, where did you get that?"
A freaky cat man in the middle of the desert.
I would like to meet this man.
Also not
I would
inaccurate.
like to meet this man.
You're more than welcome to if I knew how to effectively contact him.
He says,
Okay.
"Tell him the future king of this world calls. And there's always room for another prince." He stands up. "Take care, Trust." And he touches you on your forehead. It all goes black. So that's that.
Yup.
Incredibly successful. God, you guys rolled so bad.
Yep.
All right.
No, I know.
I just.
What? What?
I mean, how the fuck?
You guys lost, and some bad things are gonna happen now.
Yep.
So. Let's see who we go to. You're unconscious. You're probably gonna die soon. That's all of you, I guess, though.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think we're all at that stage.
I got this. I still got
Yeah?
this. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't get auto crit by a poison dagger while you're on the ground.
It just wakes me up, man. Just wakes me up.
Being auto crit by a poison dagger while you're
Yeah,
unconscious.
pisses me off. Grr.
So, Faldir.
Mhm.
Tell me, as you see the flinging of these stones against the wall, the crumbling of this wall becoming ever closer with every stone, do you do anything?
Well, I can't very well get out of these bonds. And I could shout rude comments, but other than that,
You have no-
I don't have a lot of options.
Nope.
I think about my slime. I regret not going back to the tomb for more. I regret not spreading it further into the world.
Ending the existence of this putrid place. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious. to see
Making
if you
way
had
for
any
new
clever
life.
Plans.
Yeah, I burned my one plan. My other thought was to blind both of us, because then she can't use the most of her abilities to move the catapults, I think. But I couldn't. Yeah. Yep. I await my execution.
Awesome. So, it is a time later. You do not know how long, but eventually, your eyes slowly struggling open. Milo. And you see a Thri-kreen looming over you. You look into your hands. It's cup. No. You're
Totally
You're in
was.
heaven now.
I'm in the afterlife. Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Sweet release.
The room that you're in has gone dark. And Krikik looks at you You look in your hands and you see the maul that you were carrying is gone. You feel bandages around your chest and stuff as you look down. And around your throat, where it seems your throat was slit, but not sufficiently deep. Yeah. You would never make such a silly mistake as that when you found here.
Certainly not. Because my blade would be covered in ooze. But anyway.
I got
That's
my
what happened,
relentless
yeah.
endurance though. She didn't count on that.
Wait, aren't you? Oh, that's right. I guess that's true.
Yeah,
That's right.
bounce back
You
at
were
1
knocked
if I
unconscious, so you're
actually
okay. You just failed your con
drop
save.
the 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your eyes flutter open, and Cricket says to your mind, "We have lost." And his gaze goes upward, and you look behind you, and you can see the body of Aristophanes Restimblando. Several slash marks across his chest, and a much more thorough job on his throat. And he says, "I'm taking you with me." And he puts your arm over his shoulder and begins to carry you through the halls, heavy footfalls, and you realize that he's hurt as well. You can see there are cut marks all across him, and you can see across one of his faceted eyes now as the moonlight strikes it, a long gash that he may be going partially blind in. He carries you around through these beaten streets. The dead litter it, and you hear the groans of the dying. You're slowly brought over to the Porter's Reason, a safe haven that nobody knew about. It's very weird that y'all showed up there the first day.
Hi guys, it's me again, Bill. Well,
I don't know what's happening
Hey, Bill.
about this,
outraged about this.
but that's very strange.
It's Aaron. Hey, Bill.
What?
There's some chatter in the bar. I don't know. It's fucking weird. Someone left a voice. You
Oh.
see Crest
I
checking his
didn't
voice
even hear it.
message.
Hi, it's Bill.
The only
Just out of nowhere.
20
That's right.
5e monk guide. So unless there was a noise ad on
That is
that,
very
which
weird.
fuck that shit. Oh, there is an ad on
Probably
it.
was,
That's
yeah.
probably what it was.
But anyway, so you guys are you're brought in where you can see that there is a woman with a sort of a little bit older with blonde hair. She seems to be working on a bed nearby. What you guys call a bed. It's a
Loose term.
it's a very
Crunchy
some
sack of bugs.
might call it that. I like bed personally, but you see her working on that. You can see she's working on an Aarakocra, patching him up steadily. Yes. Sitting, there's a stool that was brought in from the bar, which is weird because they're all like super crazy heavy designed to be not moved, but this one somehow has gotten in here, and you see a hulking half giant sitting there with his shoulders hunched, leaning over, and he looks at Karina and says, "Can you fix him? He fought with me. I'm doing my best." You're brought to a nearby bed and laid down by Krikik, who places you on this mattress, this crunching sound. And he goes on back out. He says, "Rest." As you sort of lay there, you guys hear a sort of stomping come through you hear a stomping sort of come through the area. It's around this time. At this noise, you hear Cled, that your eyes come open with a sort of gasp. By the way, both of you can go ahead and decide where your scar is. Yeah, that's a good one. And Chris goes ahead and pokes his head into each of your rooms. Well, that was fucked up. He approaches you. First, Cled says, "Is he awake?" "I did my best. I don't know if
I'm up.
you should stay. Save your strength." "Right. Sure. Listen. Where are the other two?"
If you're asking me, I don't have a fucking clue. I ran off after that giant killed it, and then I took to the skies, and that fucking rock got a lucky shot off on me.
If it was a rock, it'd have torn you in half and eaten your guts. He leaves and heads over to the other room. "Milo?"
Hello.
"Do you know where the other two are?"
Just slowly shakes his head. Baldir was going to go and stop the catapult. Did he?
No. The walls fell and the giants broke through. Anika controls the city right now with House Levere and the giants.
That makes sense.
Fuck. Turns and leaves. Are you two gonna do anything? Or are you just gonna try and save your strength?
I'm gonna go into the sea Cled.
Milo,
Okay.
this doesn't feel too good, does it?
No. Do you know where Shraza went?
Last I saw, she went off to the water temple.
Okay. Rest up.
Are you going out to find her?
Yes.
I'm not resting if you're doing that. Let's go.
Okay.
Do you still have your swatter? Because I noticed you don't have your...
Yeah, you no longer
What?
have your you no longer have your
Yeah.
weapons.
Both of us?
Yeah, I'll say they broke. And you're just
Okay.
Yeah.
As you guys sort of stagger on out, Now, wait, hold on 1 second. Now, there's no way y'all need to be going out there like this. Y'all are practically falling apart as it is right now. Stiff breeze will knock you over, let alone any of them giants out there.
Shirasa is missing. So was Faldir.
And you won't find nothing but death if you go out there like this. Now, get back in there.
We can't let them be.
Milo. Milo, your friends need you strong. Not like this.
I'm gonna look down at myself, hands, and just nod. I'll go walk to our shared room and lay on the mattress, cry myself to sleep.
Cled kind of looks at the ground for a second, and then he looks around at the first story of the bar to see if he can find Cress.
Cress sees you.
Sorry, my earbud fell out. Did you say something? He looks at Cress, and after a second, he's like, I think I'll take a reason.
Popular. He prepares one. Places two, eventually, on the table. He sits down next to you.
Cled looks at it for a long minute. He kind of holds it up to his nose and he sniffs it and he says, doesn't smell good.
Nope. And then he takes a long drink from his. See some of it running down his beak and neck.
He takes another look at it, and he takes a sip, coughs a little bit, trying to hold it down, and then he takes a bigger sip. He looks at, after the sip, he looks over at Cress and he says, never had a taste for alcohol. Never came to my thought, but if there's ever a time to drink, I think this would be it.
He nods. And he sort of looks off. This isn't the first time I've been on the losing side of a battle. Just the first time it mattered, I guess.
Amen to that. Takes another sip of his drink, trying to force it down.
The two of you begin to sip away. Camera sort of slowly pans out in the dark room as you guys sort of sit there, sort of dejected. And then we cut away. So, yeah, this is not the triumphant episode I had planned.
But it's the one you secretly hoped would happen.
I thought I gave them magic items. Surely they will use them.
Yeah, let me use
Yeah,
a random fairy. and see
I
if it
thought I
helps.
had one more turn in there. Didn't expect to roll everything under a 6 for wisdom saves.
Yeah, I thought like with the relentless, maybe I'd
Yeah.
pop back, but
You
That was
almost had
close.
that fight. That
No,
was
they were
close.
yeah,
close.
that was tight.
But
Yeah,
then
same with
crits, then
Yeah.
lunch crits just made that.
Those crits were fucking absurd. I would have lived if it
Milo
wasn't
would
for that
too.
crit.
I feel like if I had used the fairy, I would have just turned the giants invisible or something, and then I would have knocked myself unconscious again. And I would go, well, that's it.
That's game,
Game
boys.
over.
no, Milo would have been dead either way. That what was that like a sleep, some magic sleepy pouch of
that-
sleepy?
Pouch of
Hopefully for some
sleepy.
kind.
Yeah,
Because sleep
not-
spell
Eloquent
actually
spell.
doesn't have a saving throw.
yeah. It's just,
This is a
it's
different
just
thing.
HP based.
That
So that
just
was
knocks you unconscious if you fail.
yeah. Yeah, I mean that's a save or die right there.
You did the unfortunate one. If you'd saved, she would have attacked you, and then she
I
probably wouldn't have killed you. No, she couldn't have. In
No,
fact.
she probably wouldn't have.
She
saved-
couldn't
That's
have.
true.
She would have reduced you to 1 health.
I saved 3 times. Yeah, I would have had one. I would have one more crack. That's what I was expecting. One
You got
more
it.
swing. But man, that's that was. Did she use it twice or 3 times?
Then
Twice.
knockout powder, she's
That was her
twice.
last spell slot,
Twice.
if you will.
Oof. That is brutal. That is quite a brutal save or die.
But
Yeah.
in any event,
Half
we
the
cut
party's
on
alive.
over to a dark room.
Made darker by the head bag I undoubtedly have on. It's like there's no light whatsoever, but they also put a head bag just to make sure. They think I might be able to see in the dark. They don't know.
Exactly. They're very scared of you. But they shouldn't be.
They absolutely should not be. And that's the best part.
But yeah. So it's all pretty great. Otherwise, if it wasn't for that one thing, it'd be great. And you get a sort of feel something cold and wet on your face. After having been clubbed unconscious by some giant. Who wanted to see what a defiler looked like if you hit it. Yeah, he was.
Turns out same
you
as
were
anything
conscious
else.
for it, but he was super disappointed.
Poor guy.
And you find yourself looking across from a small blonde man with sort of straw-like hair, sort of hunched over in his chair. There's a lamp sitting on the table, providing a small light. You can see a figure standing behind him in the shadows. You can't fully see it, but you can guess that it is indeed Lady Anika. The man, sort of avoiding eye, sort of looks up at you, kind of sideways. You can see there's a large, sort of very fat lizard creature, sort of curled up next to him.
It's Lord
Yes.
Wavir, right?
I mean, sort of.
We've met.
Uh,
Oh, good.
I mean, he's not actually. He's not actually. His name is not Wavir, but he is in command of Wavir locally. His name is Melistan Greer, or Greer. Anyway, Melistan looks up at you, and he says, "Yes, he's up. He's awake. He's awake now. Yes, I understand. We have questions for you."
Ask away.
You said you were a defiler. You said you did magic. I know. You told her so. You told her. She told me. Are you?
Why don't you?
Yes.
I assume I'm tied
Drop
up,
down in
right?
the chair.
Well, if my hands were free, I'd be able to show
You
you.
know I won't. You know I won't. But that's a deflection. That's a deflection. He didn't answer the question. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He says, "Fine. Don't answer that question. Answer this." And he puts his hand up, puts it on the table, and opens his hand. And you can see a small necklace, a bit of amber, with a small creature in it, sort of winged, human-shaped. But it's different than normally. Normally, it generally is just sort of stagnant, or it moves to some degree whenever a spell is released in some fashion. but right now it seems to be
Mhm.
moving around constantly. You can see the hands of this creature pressed against the borders of the actual necklace itself. Seem to be pounding away at it. What is this? What is this thing? Where did you get it?
It's a harmless trinket I found in my travels.
No, he lies. That's a lie. He knows this is not true. He says, why does it always behave this way? Everyone who touches it, it screams in their mind. It haunts them. I could barely stand it myself. I can still hear her. I can still hear her screams.
That's strange. I've never experienced that before.
Fuck it, why don't we have him touch it now? That may not be wise. He may be a defiler. But he does lie a lot. I do not know. Maybe he's lying now. Yeah,
kid's
this
smart.
is his thing.
Shit.
He's the smart one. They're different ones, each have different skills. He's the smart one. You came back. Why did you come back? The guards said... We paid the guards. They said you left the night. We told you to leave. Why did you come back? That's a lie.
Something just
He
felt
lies.
off.
He keeps lying. This one lies too much. Yeah. Motherfucker, I'll cut off so many fingers you won't be able to jack off ever again. How about you fucking tell me something useful? Says Lady Anika.
Yeah, no, I figured that. Yeah, no, I can figure. I can tell. Yeah.
I was to say that was a dramatic tone change for a little.
I thought it was obvious. I
Yeah.
clarified it.
Oh no, I could tell absolutely. No,
Yeah,
Dennis
just
was
me.
just threatening me specifically.
Dan, are you doing the math in your head of what fingers would make it impossible to jack off? Is that...
Well, I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I mean, I've already lost the other hand. I was.
You lost one hand.
Yeah. Well, do you have any other questions?
Anika steps out of the shadow and slams her fist on the table. Why did you come back?
All right. A friend told us that something was amiss about one day out from the city. That night, we came
I
back.
will say roll a deception.
Yeah, he's not a friend.
Yeah.
No, not even close.
Um,
You in the 17s.
would,
Yeah, it's a shame I didn't get more of those when I
now,
needed them.
well, now is a time to get them. So.
Yeah, we gotta mitigate the
Nice, no
shitstorm.
problem. Just,
No.
Perfect.
you little fucking shit.
She can tell I'm lying, but not which part. And that's like, that's the least actually, like the least significant part of that sentence.
Well,
that
it's
was
the
the
fact that
lie.
you're trying to deceive her, which is, you know, she
Yeah.
walks behind you and fuck this, and she pulls your arm out of its bindings, slams it onto the table. The rest of you still tied down, and she pulls out a knife and just stabs your hand, pinning it to the table. How about you try again, you little fucker? That is unnecessary, but maybe effective.
That was mostly true. It, some sort of creature that my companions made a deal with came to us and told us to come
She
back.
pins your wrist onto the table and pulls the knife out. Then she goes over to your pinky. She says, "What sort of creature?"
Some strange cat thing.
She presses the dagger onto your pinky. Is that your final answer,
Yeah.
fuckwit?
Yes,
Roll
it
me a
is.
persuasion.
And I lose my pinky as I slowly continue
Why?
to lose. Yep. Yep. Awesome. So you guys are gonna carry me around in a wheelbarrow by the end of this campaign.
What's the
I'll
tiebreaker
say
for that?
tie goes to the player. I'll be friendly. You keep your pinky.
Hey,
We already got.
And I wasn't using it for anything specific
Yeah,
anyway.
like you don't need it. I mean, we're just
Now,
we're
I'm just
like-
role
masks
playing your
with
final
my
moments, really. I'm just
Yeah,
drinking
they're
in
gonna
your
slip my
death.
throat at the end of this anyway. It's fine.
yeah.
Is it tied to this? She takes the dagger and taps the amber. She recoils a little bit after the second.
Not that I know of. Though I suppose it might be in some way. I don't know much about it. Either thing.
You wore this for over a week when I worked with you, and you know nothing about what this is. She points to the necklace.
Nothing at all. Never even screamed once at me. I don't. This is novel. This is all very novel to me.
Roll me a deception check.
Why you gotta keep lying? Why you gotta do that?
My character
Scott.
does it as easily as he breathes. It's just what he does, and then I lose my pinky.
Easily.
You just have trouble. You have asthma though. You have
Yeah,
deception.
I'm bad at
asthma.
it.
She does not have
That's
great
what I do.
wisdom. She's a +1. She's fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I don't roll
so
well,
It evens
so.
out.
Yeah.
Fuck it, he's useless. Let's kill him. And she walks behind you. She buries the dagger into your hand once more, and you hear the sound of another being drawn.
Ah. I assume that the amulet is far enough away from my hand that I can't like touch it with a pinky.
Roll me a con save. If you want.
Oh yeah, that's
Okay.
good. That'll be
That's
great.
your. It's. Oh!
You want to rip
shit!
a massive fucking gash in your hand.
Do it!
Sure. Yeah, why not?
All right.
Body
Do a
mutilation's my
huge
thing.
Fucking one.
Apparently.
And grab the amulet. As you do, you hear a rattling scream into your mind. But this time it's got more form than previously. Previously it was just a tormented howl. But now it holds structure. He's coming! Please! We have to leave! He's coming!
I'm with you.
You're still you're barely able to keep a straight mind. It's dizzying as you seem to almost be bleeding into with this creature. You see a forest, verdant and wild and green, like nothing you've ever seen before. Beautiful, being scorched, fire crossing across all of it. You can see plants withering and decaying, and you can see a man trotting through it, ripping apart a creature that opposes him, an elf of some fashion with a blade of silver drawn, and he but tosses him aside, snapping the man's neck, and he continues to walk forward as he turns and smiles towards you, where you feel you'd be, but you feel much smaller, and he flings his hands out, and you see a bright glow of orange envelop you. You come to, and you're barely still going around. You're in the moment where you just grabbed the amulet.
I try and use it
Roll me a
to
d20.
do whatever. As we all fall asleep.
That would be funny.
That would be pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, I wake up and I'm still tied to the chair, and they all wake up and they just kill me. And it's like, oh well, it was worth a shot.
Yeah, well, you know.
Maybe your pixie buddy would wake you up. Please be a fireball, just once.
Polymorph,
No.
and I change myself into a fly.
Away!
You hear another scream
Yeah, hypocrite.
reverberate into your mind. More familiar. Less
Less
coherent,
coherent.
but there's still an interruption of it, of this death-curling scream. Please, God, we have to leave! He's coming! He's coming! And you feel your feet slowly lift off of the ground.
Did you guess what I think you just guessed?
You still have a movement before, you know, your turn is over, effectively, and other things happen.
Okay. Do I see a door that I can try and levitate out of with this chair
You
that
see
I
a-
assume I am
stairwell.
tied to?
Oh,
you could
hooray!
Just C-3PO them and make them think you're a god.
Stay back before I suck the life from all of you. And I slowly float away from Manika and Wavir.
So you have fly cast upon you.
Oh, okay. I really
You
fastly
quickly.
fly away from them.
That's what I thought you guessed.
Yeah.
I was
Roll me
thinking
a-
it was that, not levitate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was
Roll me a
levitate. I
deception
totally
with
thought that's what
disadvantage.
it was.
Yeah, I guess.
Not
that's fair.
intimidation?
Intimidation.
It's the same number. Actually, it's not the same number. Shit.
it's
Oh, well.
much worse.
I meant deception.
Let me just put the
Yeah, okay.
disadvantage, and yeah, no,
Go.
okay.
Go,
That was worth a shot.
motherfucker, go!
Worth a shot.
Nat 1. Incoming. Calling it now.
It already happened.
No, he means like the hit that is inevitably coming for me.
Oh.
So, you're gonna go ahead and get a pair of hits of swings of a ko as you dart out. So here we go. On your chair.
Chair.
Yes. Do something here. One moment, please. Yeah. By the way, this is not.
So if I had a...
Hmm.
I was just gonna say, in a manner of
I'll
speaking,
say
if I had a
yes.
long rest...
Okay.
You squishy motherfucker.
I'm gonna use Madman's Luck on that 23.
Yeah, you take
No, it was worth a shot.
damage, but you
Okay.
feel the bindings of your chair loosen, but you're able to hurtle your way on out of there. Grab him! You just start flying through
Fucking chair.
on a chair.
Yeah, damn right. It's 120 feet per round.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. On a chair.
This could not have possibly gone better than it did.
Holy
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
the legend of Faldir
So,
grows.
I will say that you've escaped. You fly out into the night on your chair. But all
broomsticks,
melee
man.
attacks you now have disadvantage with that hand. Your only
the
hand,
only hand I
remaining,
have left. Yeah.
as you've made your daring escape.
hmm I don't even care. It was worth it. This character
And
could
you're
die
not
happy.
dead, which is kind of
Character is
cool.
like gimping through this because we won't fucking
As I
let him die.
We'll eventually get to the point where I'm just a head in a jar that you guys carry around with you and ask
Yeah, and we
questions.
open the jar and you gibber at them.
Yeah, exactly.
I become one with what I
Exactly.
once wielded. So I'm curious, where do you fly?
I assume I'm still in.
Oh, by the way,
Ultra,
roll me
right?
a Constitution save.
Oh, for the concentration.
Shit.
That,
That shouldn't have been a
10.
disadvantage.
A 10
It
does
should have been a
maintain.
10. Yeah, damn right it does.
I like that. But yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe this shit.
I'm sorry.
That would have been so perfect if you're like, ah ha ha, ugh.
I just flew out of my own execution tied to a chair. I'm pretty damn happy with what just happened.
Where do you go? I'm curious. Yes.
I am in Alterug, right? Yeah, I fly to
Yeah.
the Port of Treason. I don't know if it's safe, but it's
Where the
about the only
fuck
place I
else
can
do we
think
You
to
fly
go.
through, you fly over the streets, you see a couple of lights lit, and you can see giants are toting the dead. Some of them their own, some of them others. and hurling them into a pile outside of the city.
Yeah, I do my
Roll me a
best to be
stealth check.
unseen as I do this. I can't imagine there are many people
Well, whenever
looking
you
in the
come
skies
down,
at night.
This
Or
is
fake.
because you have to enter the
Okay,
building at
gotcha.
some point. There's no chimney.
Me. That is true.
Nah.
Through the chimney, yes. I have found your claws. Ugh. Aha!
Hey!
Yeah.
Where were
you-
those earlier?
I rolled a 23 on a stealth
That
check
was the
earlier,
acrobatic
actually. It's the
check.
first roll I did tonight.
You're doing a great job.
Oh, right, yes. Sorry.
So at this point, the camera is
Brief.
in the zoomed out position on on Cress.
Oh, dear
and,
crash
on Cress and Cled. And then a man strapped to a chair flies through the doorway and clatters into the bar. Cress slowly.
I like to think that I have
Yes.
landed, like, on the side,
Yeah.
like the chair is on the ground.
Yeah,
I can't.
The,
yeah.
Two of the legs are broken, and you've smashed against the bar. Cress.
It'd been cool if you just pulled up and had your chair right next to, just sat at
No,
the
you're not
table
a-
with everyone.
I'd like a drink, please.
You're not accustomed to
Stop.
this. Cress slowly puts down his reason and looks at you, over lying on the ground. I'm putting that on your tab.
Evening, Chris.
At this point, you see
Cled kind of
Even
turns
in Dark
around.
Sun, this
You
is
see-
novel. This is something
you see
people do
Cricket
not see.
run down the stairs along with Tutok. Both of them, their weapons drawn. And Cress turns. It's fine. It's just another asshole. Only one to go.
Can somebody please cut me out of this
I'd
chair?
rather not. And Cress slowly.
Okay, that's fine. Well, you have to sit here and listen to me talk then. Just saying.
And then Cress walks over and pulls out his widow's knife and cuts you free.
So I take it things didn't go well.
I would.
I'm gonna start wrapping some cloth around my hand as well to keep me from bleeding to death from this massive gash.
Cled kind of turns around in his chair and he says, "Yeah, that went fucking fantastic."
Hmm.
You can tell he's pretty belligerently drunk at this point. He's only like halfway through his reason.
This one doesn't handle his liquor well.
Nah, he's new to it. I just realized I said that I was bandaging my
can't.
hand. I don't think I actually can do that. Yeah. Yeah.
Your
I'm
teeth-
like trying with my
You like have
Yeah.
part of the bandage
Yeah.
stepped on with your foot and you're just wrapping it around haphazardly.
You like try to do juggling maneuvers where you throw it up and like whirl around and catch it. Yeah.
Karina comes on over and starts to help you. Slowly bringing you to a stool and sits you next to Cled as she starts to work on your hand. Oh my word, what happened here?
So,
She says just,
I was just having a chat with Lady Anika.
oh, well, she certainly leaves that sort of mark.
Yeah, she has a way with words. So, what's the game plan here?
We don't have one.
Okay. Well, suggestion one, we should leave the city. Quickly. Maybe under the cover of night, might not be a bad
I
idea.
have to leave tomorrow night. You are no.
We're still missing Strasha.
You and your companion. The mull is upstairs. You hear in your mind, Cricket. Yes, you are in no mood to travel.
Cled, do you know where Strasser was?
The water temple.
Okay, well... I'm not sure if we'll get the opportunity to. Tomorrow night before we leave, we'll have to check and see if we find her body wouldn't even still be there. It's if she didn't succeed, I don't. We'll make a plan tomorrow morning. We'll figure out what we need to
The
do.
water's been fetid.
Do you know, like, what? But in what sense? What happens when someone drinks it?
Cled shakes his head, and and Cricket says, "It's been contaminated. It's filled with disease, poison, some sort of abominable stew." And I know, if you had two hands, you'd rub them together, I'm sure.
I know, he's like, poisoned, you say?
Maybe
I
we
try to
will
do this,
save
I can't
Shirasa.
Yeah.
actually like clench my hand because of the massive gash. I'm just like, ah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I think tomorrow night before we leave, my companions and I will go see the water temple and see what's going on there and see if we can find our companion. And then we leave.
I understand. Then you leave.
We leave. Chris.
No. This is my bar. And you hear in your mind, and my city. Well, fuck that, I'm going.
Bless.
Alright, well.
Wait. Did the bug say something?
Yes.
I see
That
Cricket
he wasn't
turn.
leaving either.
Oh, I feel like, my master told me to stay, but he also told me to win the battle. I must think about this.
See, you're already in trouble. It would make no difference if you leave the city at this point.
And you smell, you know, the smell of hair burning. I'm gonna think about these.
Yes, you have some time. Till tomorrow night,
And he goes
roughly.
and sits at the bar, and you can see him pondering.
And he doesn't
Yeah,
move position
basically.
for 24 hours, I assume.
So, Shrasa,
Mm.
you wake up conscious. Feels good.
Have I had what one would call a long rest, perhaps?
Don't. Your hit points. You will not need them.
No, I didn't figure. Didn't figure. But it makes me feel better inside.
A Rakshas disappears before you and goes, choose.
Casual. There's as you sort of come to, you find yourself standing, the cold air blowing onto you, the sand stinging on your skin. And you see standing in front of you a woman. But as your eyes sort of gain focus, you see she's not human. Nor is she elven dwarven or anything of that nature.
It's the rock
You see that her skin seems to be made of bark, gnarled and rotten. And as your eyes sort of gain focus, she turns and looks at you. And you can see that they are as though on fire. Green and burning as she gazes at you. You can see standing next to her is a creature you've probably never seen before, a horse. But this one is cloaked in shadow and darkness. This is a creature made of sort of almost evil itself. And it sort of circles her, the shadows sort of cloaking her almost, brushing against her bark skin. So, Water Cleric, where is your master?
I don't follow.
She walks up to you and puts her hand hard and rough on your forehead, slamming you into the sand. She takes her other hand and pulls at your robe and points at your your sigil on your chest, and she says, "Oh, but I think you do."
Oh. Not sure. I have some strong words for him. If you know where he is, I'd like to speak to him.
Call him. Focus! And she presses harder onto your head. You feel your mind go a blur for a moment, and then it starts to straighten a bit as you look into her, and you can see in her forehead there's a black orb, similar to the one that you saw Aristophanes had her the night before, and it turns in her forehead, and you can see as though there is a pair of eyes looking down at you from within it. Focus. Call your master. Call the one named Fajayad.
Alright, well, I'm gonna try and meditate on that shit, because that's the only thing I know how to do.
You close your eyes and sort of reach out. There is a sort of darkness that you find yourself in, but you can still see in your mind the obsidian orb in this woman's forehead. And slowly, as you're looking up at her, the eyes change from green to blue. And then you snap, coming back into reality, and you see Fajayad, clad in his robes, his wide-brimmed hat, and his pipe coming out of his mouth. He's covered in black fur. You called. You see the gnarled creature stand and turn towards you. My master wishes to speak with you. Oh, I'm sure he would love to make a deal. He turns towards you, Shrasa. Run along now, Shrasa. You still work for me. Not her.
I'm gonna back up. I'm not gonna just turn. I'm gonna back like 50 feet up and then turn and leave.
You see the two sort of glaring at each other. The same sort of smugness sitting, emitting from the Rakshasa. While as for you, while as for this new woman, made of decaying lumber, there's a sort of just stern, almost placidness. You see the horse that's next to her bucks and rears for a moment, but she remains just unmoving. Well, well. He tilts his head, seeming to look almost past her. Or maybe it's at the obsidian orb. His eyes seem to play tricks in the night. Look who it is. He kind of tilts his head, sort of smiling at you. And, he says... I thought you were dead. And then he says, well, tell me. He says, of what service can I be to you? And you hear a name sort of whispered, that I won't say out loud, so that everybody else can learn it later.
Yeah.
And you run off into the desert. What's your game plan?
I mean, can I see anything?
Not far off. Well, I mean, I guess far off, but not astronomically so. Alterac.
I'm booking it for Alterac. Is it nighttime, I assume? Yeah, he used to tricks in the night. Okay.
1 second, I need to whisper you the name.
Yep, you're fine.
So. It is at this point that you make your way towards Alterac, and you can see the walls are shattered. They've been toppled over in some fashion. They're lying in ruins, and you can see that there are giants mulling around, hurling the dead into a massive pile just outside. What do you do?
Does it... So, I mean, are they all, like, towards the south side still? Are they everywhere? Where's this pile of dead?
The giants are inside the city itself. And there's a camp that's right alongside the walls outside of it.
Okay. I'm gonna rotate around the city a fair distance until I'm on... Are, like, all of the walls smashed?
Only the south side.
Okay. I want to be, like, as far east as I can be to get through that wall.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
Absolutely. And I will say, with some effort, you're able to make your way eventually into the Porter's Reason, where you see a bunch of guys looking real happy, sitting around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. It's been an exciting series of events, I would say.
An unfortunate, some might say.
No one would say that.
They stumble on in. You stumble on in. The others see you.
Is this all within the same
Yeah.
time frame, pretty much?
Similar.
Okay.
And a cleric makes 4, says Cress.
Good evening, Shasa.
Hi, Faldir. And I just give a pointed glance toward his hand, but don't ask.
Wasn't a slime.
I will say, Shrasa, your scars, you now have spines coming out of your arm that seem to be just embedded in there.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Some new piercings.
they look super cool. Also, you don't have your wings anymore. They're gone.
Okay.
Wow, that was just a dick move.
Well, we gotta go bug hunting again, y'all.
Sure.
Yeah.
We have bigger problems.
We do not have bigger problems than Trossa's fashion. Excuse you.
I think we have literally bigger problems.
So far the plan is we leave tomorrow night for a different city. We haven't decided where yet, so probably wait for Milo to wake up before we make a decision on that.
You know what?
Can
I'll go get it.
I was gonna try and cast message
Sure.
to try and wake him
Go
up.
ahead and stop. Karina, as she starts to move on up. And
After
listen, there's something happening right now, dog. And Milo, as you're sort of sobbing yourself to sleep, you hear in your mind a sort of message reach in. What is the message?
Just come downstairs, you big oaf. I'm back.
Snap upright, and run a hand across my eyes, and so all you hear from downstairs is just like, dum, 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 dum.
No, you're gonna tear one of your. All right.
And I'll just run up and engulf Shasa in a big bear
Right.
hug and lift her off the ground.
Can't breathe. Can't breathe.
Yeah, probably not. Okay. Okay. Look around for. Oh, hi, Faldir. Wait,
I'm Milo.
sit Shasa down, kind of awkward. Eyes are all red and puffy, and his knuckles are all bloody and bruised. Looks like he might have been punching the floor or wall or some shit.
Manly shit. Yeah.
Manly as fuck. But yeah, manly shit.
Definitely not
Ugh.
like a girl or anything. Like,
He did that right before it came
His
downstairs.
mascara
to make
is
it look
running.
like
Yeah.
His
he wasn't
mascara is
crying.
running. Yeah,
that was what the thumping sounds were, was him quickly punching walls.
Yeah.
that's right. To make it look,
He
yeah,
took some of his
there.
rouge and put it on his
that's all it
nose.
was. That's right.
So,
ugh.
tomorrow night we're leaving the city.
What?
Cled slams his hands down on the table and he stands himself up, wobbling for a second. He says, "We're not leaving the fucking city. We're fighting to take it back. No one else is
Okay,
leaving."
no. We are definitely leaving. There are some other things at play here that I will share with you when we all are fully rested. But we are definitely leaving the city.
You feel
Cled looks over to Cress and Cricket and he's like,
I imagine this thing
"Why
is
the
also...
fuck are we not fighting to take the city back?"
Yeah, I'll say go ahead and give me a wisdom save, my good friend Faldir.
Yeah, I was about to say, I imagine this thing's actually been screaming
Yes.
in my head literally this whole
Yeah.
time, because I still haven't let go.
Yeah.
I
You can see
Oh no, I'm batshit.
the-
I'm just...
Faldir has like, sweat pouring down his face. He's pale white. And there's like a real panic in his eyes.
Yeah.
At this point, Trasa, you feel a tap on your shoulder. It's almost like a punch on your shoulder. As you turn around to see where it came from, you see a big hulking half giant, and he says, "What do you think I should do?"
About what?
Oh. Never mind. He goes and sits back down at the bar.
All right, Valdir, dude, you all right?
No. In fact, I'm not entirely sold we should leave tonight. Were it not for the fact that no one can pretty much walk at this point.
Yeah, but
Okay. So, do you remember this thing? And I I hold out the amulet, and I
Mhm.
assume our pixie friend
Yes.
is still sitting there squirming. And
What the fuck?
yes, that was my reaction too. So,
Perhaps we should do this upstairs.
Actually, I would be curious to know more.
Well, you can come with.
I'm pretty sure we can trust everyone in this room at this point.
Well, I
So-
certainly hope so.
So it is literally screaming in my head that we need to leave because he is coming. I don't know who he is, and I don't
Have
care
you
to
asked
find out.
her?
What necklace is screaming?
I can't hear it. I have very good hearing.
Yeah,
I touch it to
hear
Milo's
And Milo,
forehead.
you hear this absolute horrified woman screams, "Please! We have to go! He's on his way! He's coming! He'll burn us all! He'll kill us all! He'll do it like he did again! Please!"
Okay, I'm gonna back the fuck away from Valdir and probably keep backing until I hit
Yeah.
a wall.
Been dealing
I
with
really
that
don't
for like an
wanna
hour
go.
now. No, I'm keeping this thing. It saved my life.
The necklace, it's alive.
There's something in the necklace that's alive. Yes.
That's
I
fucked
think
up.
it's some sort of magic that whoever he is performed on this creature. But we do need to leave. In fact, if at all possible, we should leave tonight. I do not want to stay here with whatever entity coming that is.
And where the fuck are we gonna go? With what supplies?
Grimjaw comes to mind. And
With what supplies?
we do have some supplies left,
These
don't
are
we?
great.
And a tent. And a
I have
tent, but
3 days of rations.
where's
Bombo
that though?
dipped the fuck
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, where did we keep
Mine's in
all
my
of our
backpack
supplies
because
for
I
our
went
trek?
and bought it when Faldir and I were gonna go on an adventure into the desert.
And we don't have weapons at all.
I never have weapons.
We still had an extra 2 days of supplies for our journey to Grimjaw because we picked up 2 extra days in case
Okay,
we were
so
there
we have-
for too long.
5 days for one person to get 4 of us a week away. Cress, do you have anything since you're staying
I'll
here?
give you all the water I have from the city with the fetid well.
Yeah, fuck you.
I saved your friend.
We can't.
Karina, do you happen to have anything at the shop that we might be able to use?
Can scrounge up something. Not a lot.
We
We would
We can't-
appreciate it. I can compensate you for it.
No, we can't abandon Alterac.
We're not
No.
abandoning it.
Milo, there isn't an Alterac left.
We cannot win this fight as we are now. We come back. Maybe a few months down the line after we've gathered some more allies, and we take the city back. We start at Grimjaw. We talk to the dwarves. They do owe us. We probably can't do it with just them. But that's where we go first.
Hey. I have a question.
Yes.
Do they have the horn?
Hmm.
No, House Wardoon has the horn.
You have the
Wait.
horn.
You said
Cled
What house?
Cled walks over and claps Faldir on the shoulder, half like reassuringly and half making so he can keep his balance. And he says, "He saved my life earlier. We can trust him."
Yes. And that's why I told him that the House Wardon has it. And I stare pointedly at Cled.
He looks over at the half giant. He says, "The dwarves have it."
I stab
Alright,
Cled.
I'm
No.
I'm gonna let it happen.
With
disadvantage.
With
Yeah, with-
disadvantage.
Ah, ah.
I just fling the bard's friend at his face with my wrist.
You're gonna have to get some wrist razors, dude.
Yeah, for
I
real.
had one, and then I lost that arm.
The horn is with the dwarves where it belongs. Good talk.
Then I will come with you. Master wanted the horn.
See,
Hmm,
you don't have to hide everything from everyone, Faldir.
I do. Literally saved my life earlier tonight. It's my new policy.
Lie to
Great.
everyone all the time, always and forever.
Yeah,
Mm.
all the time. About everything. Except for this. And that.
And so it goes.
And that. Alright. Should,
Look down. I don't know if I can go back. I lost the hammer.
it happens, Milo.
I'm not worthy.
I'm sure Lady Anika is keeping it as a trophy. We'll get it back.
You need a hammer? What?
God damn it.
He walks on over and pulls off with one arm his swatter and hands it to you. But you need a hammer. It's
Thank
okay,
you,
I'm
it's
strong.
Okay. You keep it. You're.
But what if you have to hit something?
It's fine.
You're so small.
I doubt it. I doubt I will.
Milo. Being unarmed isn't going to help us any.
And he points at Faldir.
Yeah,
I
well,
prefer the term
shit,
disarmed,
so
but
he hasn't been much of a help. So, case in point,
Milo. Excuse me.
You all
Anyway.
kill each other. Ah, fuck you! Not fuck you!
Yes, this is the part where the party actually
Yeah.
dies, because we all kill each other.
I had a lot more planned for your triumphant
Milo.
success than I did for your failure, I must say.
Yeah, well, you should have known better.
yeah, no, I don't know what you were expecting, but it should have been this.
The
Milo,
guy who runs House
Do you
Anika is gonna be
think
stoked.
Paladins. Yeah, of course he is. For now. And then suddenly his whole house becomes ooze. No.
Yeah.
Milo, do you think the 13 of Grimjaw won every battle
That's
they fought?
we literally know they didn't.
The whole thing is no.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I lost the hammer.
And I melted one in a pile of ooze, but we can't think about the past.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unrelated.
Slams laptop shut.
We swore to protect the city. That we were heroes.
We're still alive, and the city's still here. We're going to keep fighting. We just can't fight this battle right now.
shrugs. I'll go with you.
Okay. Now take the swatter.
Hey, that's what mine's called.
Grab the swatter from Tutok. Thank you.
It's okay. He pats you on the shoulder. A little too hard.
It hurts real bad.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to sleep now. He stomps upstairs.
Yeah, we should all rest up. We have a long day ahead of us tomorrow.
And so, one by one, everybody heads off to their luxurious sleeping quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Now more so as they smell like dried blood and bandages. And you guys, curl up for an evening's rest. Faldir, do you try to sleep with this fucking horrifying thing screaming in your ear? Okay.
Yep. I wear this thing around my neck. I don't care.
Okay.
Enjoy your exhaustion.
I've been through
Okay.
worse.
Roll me a con save. Yeah, you get a point of exhaustion.
Awesome. All right. Good.
But the evening passes. You guys get a full night's rest. I assume you guys hang low during the day.
Oh yeah. Nobody's leaving. If anybody tries to leave the inn, I touch them in the forehead with the amulet. I just boop them once.
So what is it that we're gonna do about weapons, though? And this is gonna be a conversation that gets brought up in character. So while they're sitting around, Cled, nursing his hangover, says, "I don't have any weapons. They were all broken in my fall. What are we gonna do?"
Trasa, do you have anything you can loan him?
Did I lose my daggers?
No.
I have 2 daggers. And I pull them out and set them on the table in front of him.
Do I still have my shield, or did that break in the fall
I
as
broke
well? Okay. So no shield, no sword. Okay.
We still have 4 fucking
Yeah.
candlesticks
Yeah, we do.
that are +1 to hit and +1 damage.
And
Awesome.
they don't break if you crit.
We can play a game of
That's
Clue.
right.
Fucking
Yeah.
great.
Whack! Yeah! Colonel Mustard!
It was clad in the waist with the candlestick.
I will say that the other members are able to smuggle in a pair of spears. If you guys,
Oh shit! Cool.
And the smuggle.
yeah.
So 2 spears.
Let's see here, and a hand axe.
And a hand axe.
Does Tutok have a backup weapon? I'll give him his swatter back and I'll take the hand axe.
No, it's okay. And Tutok pulls out the chain, a big heavy chain.
Hey!
Used to have one of those.
Do you want to trade? Okay.
No. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't like this as much, but it's still pretty good. It's too
I still have the
heavy.
prayer beads, though,
Yeah,
right?
you still have the prayer beads.
Cool.
And Tutok just kind of sits. So when do we leave?
once it's dark out.
Has Karina managed to round up any supplies?
I'll say she gets you guys enough. For
Okay.
for 10 days.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm assuming
Including her and
which is double
Tutok?
for Tutok.
Okay.
So she's kind of bummed, but
I'm assuming that during this day we relay each of our individual experiences. Is anyone leaving something out that occurred? It's probably
Yeah,
easier than...
I'm leaving the whole shit with Fajayat out for now.
Okay.
But the thing about the dude who appeared before you and was looking for something that I had, that part's included.
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
Alright.
basically what I
Good.
say is I got fucked up by a cactus, I pass out, I woke up and was like, what the fuck? And ran back to
Okay.
Port Treason.
So we don't know about Thanic or... Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really quickly, what's the material that these
Obsidian.
weapons are made out of? Obsidian, so it's just -2 to hit, right?
1 to hit, I think. Or it might be 1 to damage.
-1.
Yeah, -1.
It's -1 to damage. That's right. Because the Warhammer
Alright.
has bones, so that was.
Yeah.
was cool.
So it's at this point,
Okay.
before you guys leave, that Crest pours you guys out a reason. As you guys sit around the table, he gives a reason per 2 people, and he says, this one's on the house.
Thank
He
you.
nods.
Thanks, Chris.
Don't do anything stupid while we're gone.
No, that's your specialty.
Damn right it is.
Um,
As I sit here
Yeah,
with
sit
my
there.
limp and my missing arm and my giant hole in my other hand.
you see, Tutok brings it to his lips and drinks some of it. It's like, no, this is bad. It went bad, Mr. Cress. When are you leaving? You guys all hear in your mind. Not yet. As Cricket approaches you all. I need you all to do me a favor. I understand you're traveling to Kled, but I need you to get a message to Tyr. This is part of why we're sending Tutok with you.
Alright.
Wait, you're sending me? Drogmali is in Tyr, but so is he says, but so is Troy Vordan. He says he's the head of House Vordan and has done a lot to push this operation. My clutch has fallen except for you, but I will stay here. You need to tell them and the members of the... He says you need to tell them and the members of Dawn's Light what has happened here. Understand?
Yes.
He nods. Good luck.
To you too, my friend.
He nods. Well, I hope y'all still have that tent I made y'all. It was very nice.
Please tell me Bombo's just like sitting outside the gates, like just pawing at them.
No, he's not at all playing. He's just sitting outside. Just.
Yeah, he's just like laying on his side
Yeah.
with all the supplies still strapped to him, like
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
like a one of those morbidly obese cats is just like, you know, barely moves. Just
I've already deleted all
Oh,
that
yeah?
shit. It's gone forever.
You killed Pombo?
I assume.
how could you?
I assume he was fucking dead too.
Do you guys do anything else this evening before you leave?
No, I'm pretty much ready.
Okay.
No, let's go.
You guys make your way on out north. Fortunately, not all of your contacts in the Elven Market are dead. Valdir, as many of them were tied to House Anika, and while they are loyal to her, I will say that, you know, with help from Cricket and Cress, you were able to bribe your way on out. You guys make your way on out to the city. You can see there's a large sort of mound, sort of a burial mound, where all these humans and dwarves have been thrown into a pile by the giants. Seem to have called it for the evening. You can see there's a couple other little mounds where presumably there's like a stick there where presumably some giants were buried. Do you guys do anything as you start to leave?
No. Fuck. I think
Kind of press
I had
on
a
somberly.
Yeah.
You guys begin to head on out. Valdir, exhausted. You didn't get any sleep last night. And you've been hearing this fleeing with you that seems to be a faint whimper at this point. Please. 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 It then turns. And you hear something different. Oh no. Oh no.
I pull the amulet out and I look at it. I'm like, what? What's going on here? And I notice the music changes, and suddenly I am much more frightened.
It's too late. He's here. And you see the sand on this burial ground begin to turn. Almost as like a stew being stirred. You see this mound slowly rise up as the sand trickles on down from it. Rising out from it, you see this monstrosity of bodies strung together. This grim monster made purely of the dead and rotting. Some of their coagulated blood running down its 3 legs, its bones exposed and torn open, other parts of their body grim and coagulated and rotting already. You see the other mounds, 2 large masses slowly rise up as the corpses of a pair of giants slowly crawl on up. As this entity rises up. You hear the creature make this noise that is both a groan and a scream.
We slowly pan to the other side of Dennis's apartment where he has the torture chambers where he collects these sounds from.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I'm like, God damn, this is some impressive shit you get.
Takes a true artist to be able to
Oh fuck! All right.
torturing someone to death,
And
or
we'll go ahead and call it there for the evening, I suppose.